Welcome to Fantasy Audiobook, Magic Card Age. My magic card is super scary. Chapter 61. Hearing Chen Fengwen's words, Chu He sneered. I really didn't expect that you could say such a stupid thing. The referee also immediately said, there are detection devices around the arena, and the detection device did not detect that the magic card creatures left the ring. Chu He's assassin magic card creatures are still in the ring. Hearing the referee's answer, Chen Fengwen snorted, very annoyed. He knows that referees don't lie. But where is the shadow horse face hiding? Although the arena is huge, you can see the head at a glance. The heavy cavalry was attacked several times in a row, but the Cyclops still couldn't find him. This made Chen Fengwen very puzzled. That shadow horse face can not only be invisible, but also fly in the air. Otherwise, it is impossible to avoid the detection of the Cyclops. In fact, the shadow horse face is now hidden in the shadow of black and white impermanence. Shadow horse face can blend into darkness and shadows. The ring is very big, the lights above the ring shine on the ring, and there are shadows on the edge of the ring. When the shadow horse attacked, he immediately returned to the shadow at the foot of black and white impermanence. Moreover, the shadow horse face with the talent of Silent Hunter will only reveal his existence when he attacks. And once attacked, no one can detect his existence. The Cyclops' earth detection ability is indeed very strong. But the skill of Cyclops has a gap. The yellow ripples released by his hands spread out in circles. In the gap between the two ripples, the shadow horse launched an attack, and then disappeared again. Because of this, the Cyclops' earth detection was unable to find the shadow horse face. Continue to charge, Chen Fengwen roared. The heavy armed cavalry rushed to the black and white impermanence again. This guy is really persistent. Chu He was helpless. He has not let black and white impermanence participate in the war. As a result, the other party still bites and does not let go. Since the other party insisted on doing it, Chu He did as the other party wished. Chu He asked the evil spirit He Wuchang to entangle the heavy cavalry, and the evil spirit Bai Wuchang was on the side to support. The shadow horse face continues to hide in the shadow of the evil spirit Bai Wuchang, looking for opportunities to attack. Cyclops, solve the evil and black impermanence first, Chen Fengwen said coldly. After receiving the order, the Cyclops put his hands on the ground and stabbed the evil black and impermanent feet one by one. Evil black impermanence immediately dodged to the side. The reloaded cavalry launched an attack at the moment when the evil black and impermanent dodged. When the two long knives were about to slash evil black impermanence activated desire to kill. The injury-free increase was increased by 20%, and the attack of the heavy cavalry was withstood. Even with the desire of killing immunity, evil black impermanence still suffered a lot of damage. Chain Requiem. The soul chain on evil black impermanence flew out and flew towards the heavy cavalry. Use the wrath of the barbarians, Chen Fengwen shouted loudly. Chen Fengwen watched Chu He's game before, knowing that the chain Requiem can forcefully bind the enemy, and it cannot be avoided. Moreover, it was entangled by the soul chain, and then it was affected by the evil and impermanent evil mind gaze. If you are affected by evil thought gaze, maybe you will be slashed out of the ring by the evil black impermanence with a sickle. The only way to deal with this combination of evil and impermanence is to make the magic card creature immune to negative conditions. Since the chain Requiem can't be avoided, it only needs to be immune to evil gaze. The heavy cavalry's eyes suddenly turned red, and his body became more burly. Wrath of the Barbarian can make the heavy cavalry into a state of rage, immune to any negative state except curse. When the rejuvenation chain wrapped the heavy cavalry, the evil black impermanence did not use evil mind gaze but slashed down with a sickle. Evil scythe. 2 in a row, 2 black swords flew out, hitting the heavy cavalry. The 2 swords succeeded, and the evil black impermanence retreated, keeping a distance from the heavy cavalry. The heavy cavalry also broke free of the soul chain on his body. The soul requisition chain flew back to evil black and impermanence body, surrounding his body. Evil black impermanence and the evil spirit white impermanence are difficult to defeat the heavy cavalry. What's more, the Cyclops with the silver 9-star will launch a sneak attack. Even if it is the black and white impermanence that enters the evil state and the evil spirit state, it is difficult to defeat the 2 silver 9-star magic card creatures. Chu He's purpose now is to delay time. Chu He glanced at Mingyan Niu Tao. Now Mingyan Niu's head is in a pair of 3, and the whole body is covered with scars. There are also burn marks on the behemoth and the 2 barbarian berserkers. After all, the fire snake attack caused by the rage-haunted rebound of Mingyan Niatu could not be avoided. But the difference is that the more serious the injury of Mingyan Niatu, the higher his attack strength and the faster his attack speed. The scale of victory has tipped towards Chu He. Wait a little longer, and the battle can be over, Chu He secretly said in his heart. What is Chu He waiting for? That yin-yang judge has group restriction skills, but he hasn't made any moves. Moreover, the strength of evil black impermanence and evil spirit white impermanence should not stop there. And that assassin hiding in the dark, it takes a long time to shoot an arrow. What does he want to do? Chen Fengwen discovered that the black and white impermanence is just delaying the heavy cavalry, which is not as strong as the previous game. This makes him feel very strange. If something goes wrong, there must be a demon. Chu He must be planning something. It seems we have to use the whole cards, Chen Fengwen secretly said in his heart. Turn on all restricted skills, Chen Fengwen shouted loudly. At the order of Chen Fengwen, his 5 magic card creatures roared at the same time. Chu He, you are determined to lose. My barbarian family magic cards, all have restricted skills, Barbarian's Eternal. Once the Barbarian Eternity is activated, every barbarian magic card creature in the battle can increase all attributes by 10%. 5 barbarian creatures can increase all the attributes of my 5 magic card creatures by 50%. Although this ability can only last for 5 minutes, it is enough to end this battle. Chen Fengwen looked at Chu He proudly. After he finished speaking, he directly ordered all magic card creatures to launch a fierce attack. The Cyclops pressed his hands on the ground, and near the evil and impermanence, thorns emerged one after another, blocking all his retreat. Heavy cavalry, holding a long knife in both hands, cut it down in the air. 2 slashes flew out and slashed directly on the evil and impermanent body. The evil black impermanence fell seriously injured and fell to the ground. The evil spirit erupts from the evil and impermanent body. The evil black impermanence entered the evil state. The evil black impermanence rushed straight to the Cyclops. At the same time, Shadow Horse's face also concealed into the evil and impermanent shadow, and approached the Cyclops. Do you really think my Cyclops is a simple magician? Chen Fengwen sneered when he saw the evil and impermanence rushing towards the Cyclops. The right hand of the Cyclops reached out to the ground, and ripples spread from the ground like water. He took out a huge stone rod from the ground. Holding the stone stick, the Cyclops showed a crazy smile on his face and rushed towards the evil and impermanence. The 2 sides approached, the evil black impermanence holding the giant sword turned into a sickle in both hands, slammed it down. Blood fiend slash. This sword is swung down. The bloody evil spirit erupted, directly engulfing the Cyclops. Boom! The Cyclops swung the stone stick, breaking the evil spirit, holding the stone stick in both hands, and smashed it towards the evil impermanence. At this moment, the dark horse face hidden in the shadow of evil black impermanence suddenly appeared. A shadow arrow shoots out. At the same time, Shadow Horse face activated the skill Cruel Heart. Fierce Heart can make an attack of Shadow Horse face ignore the defense. This arrow shot directly at the eye of the Cyclops, piercing its eyes. The pain caused the Cyclops to cry in pain. The evil black impermanence took the opportunity to attack. Blood fiend broke out. A violent blood evil burst out of the evil black and impermanent body, and the powerful impact force directly shook the Cyclops' body out of the ring. The Cyclops is out of the ring and can no longer participate in the battle. The referee immediately announced loudly. Good job, Chu He, come on. Brother, come on, beat him. Chu He, we must win. In the audience, Chu Yun and Lu Wei both shouted in excitement. After all, if you win this game, you will be the top 4. Chen Fengwen's current mood is completely opposite to that of Chu Yun and Lu Wei. His face was extremely gloomy. He didn't expect that the assassin he had been looking for was hidden in the shadow of evil and impermanence. Now the Cyclops can no longer participate in the war, and for him, the impact is not small. But he didn't care too much. Even without the Cyclops, he still thinks this battle can be won. But a sudden scream of pain made him realize that this battle might be lost. It was a barbarian berserker who screamed. This barbarian berserker had several profound wounds cut out of his body, and he was already seriously injured. Is this Mignon Bullhead really just a 3-star silver magic card? 3 hits and 1 was suppressed. How could this be possible? Chen Fengwen looked at the blood-blooded head of Ming Yan, with a stupefied expression. If it were changed to another magic card creature and wounded like this, it would have fallen down a long time ago. But Ming Yan Niu's head not only didn't fall down, but also extremely fierce. Facing the behemoth and the barbarian berserker, they have the upper hand. He even wondered if he had been caught in an illusion. How could this happen? The battle should be over. Chu He said indifferently. Now, with the addition of the 3 passive skills of endless fighting, fighting more bravely, and crazy blood, the combat power of Mignon Niatu has risen to a terrifying level. Mignon Bullhead, end the fight. Chu He shouted loudly. Upon receiving the order, Mignon Niatu stared at the remaining barbarian berserkers and launched a fierce attack. Both of them are similar in size, and their weapons are 2 axes. But the barbarian berserker faced the dark flame bull's head, was suppressed and was unable to fight back, and was finally chopped on his body by a few axes, severely wounded and fell to the ground. There is still a beeman monster and heavy cavalry. Ming Yan Niatu faced a beeman monster that was 3 times his size, and his violent ferocity was completely released. Did not flinch. Facing the behemoth beast and slapped his paws, Ming Yan Niu's head was completely blocked with an axe, but instead fell on the behemoth's claws, leaving a lot of wounds. Now the hair of the behemoth has been dyed red with blood. The momentum of the behemoth is weak. Facing Mignon Bullhead, being suppressed was miserable. Heavy cavalry, charge and rescue. Chen Fengwen shouted loudly. However, the heavy cavalry was stopped by the evil and impermanence. Originally, Chu He only planned to let Mignon Bullhead, Shadow Horseface and Yin Yang Judge participate in the battle. As a result, Chen Fengwen didn't know good or bad, and always wanted to get rid of black and white impermanence. In that case, Chu He is just as the other party wishes. The evil in the evil form is black and impermanent. Even if the strength is not as good as the heavy cavalry, there is no problem in dragging the opponent. And there are Shadow Horseface and Evil Spirit by Wuchang on the side to support. Heavy cavalry, never want to support the behemoth. Why is Chu He's magic card creature so strong? Obviously, the stars are lower than my magic card, why am I not his opponent? Chen Fengwen was full of unwillingness. He looked at the surrounding auditorium. Many viewers are cheering for Chu He. After all, Chu He's strength is the weakest among the top 8 players. Compared to seeing the strong crushing the weak, they prefer to see the weak defeating the strong in battle. Of course, the standard for the audience to judge the strength is based on the magic card star. Chen Fengwen wanted to defeat Chu He and humiliate Chu He in front of 30,000 spectators. But now in the end, the person who is about to lose will be him again. And he will become a joke again. 5 magic card stars crushed Chu He's magic card, and the result was such a miserable defeat. His heart is full of unwillingness. But what can he do if he is unwilling? The situation is clear. His defeat against Chu He is set, and there is no chance of a comeback. After a while, the behemoth beast was chopped to the ground by Ming Yan Niu's head and lost its combat effectiveness. Only 1 heavy cavalry remained. 1 to 5, heavy cavalry has no chance of winning. Chen Fengwen was still smart, saved a bit of face for himself, and chose to admit defeat. Although he lost, the whole army was not annihilated, and he kept his last dignity. Chen Fengwen changed the magic card creatures back to the magic card and left the ring unwillingly. Chu He won. The audience cheered excitedly. To count the happiest person, it is naturally Lu Wei. He has now changed from the teacher who taught the top 8 players of the province's youth magic card division to the teacher who taught the top 4 players of the group youth magic card division. This can make his teaching career more smoothly in the future. And it can also make him a famous teacher of the Magic Card Master School in Andong City. The semi-finals are decided. Chu He, Nan, Lin Cheng, and Du Wei walked to the ring. Next will be the semi-finals of 4x2. In the afternoon, there is a championship battle. A battle frame appears on the screen above the ring. The draw begins. After a while, the battle sequence came out. Chu He's opponent is Lin Cheng, and Nan's opponent is Du Wei. When Lin Cheng saw the result of the match, the smile on his face made no secret of it. But Du Wei's face is a bit ugly. After all, in the eyes of both of them, whoever meets Chuhee can enter the finals. When you meet Nan, you lose more and lose less. The first battle was Chuhee versus Lin Cheng. The two stepped onto the ring. Lin Cheng looked at Chuhee and smiled, "You are great. I thought you would be eliminated when you reached the top 16 in the 32nd, but I didn't expect you to reach the top 4. As a tribute to you, I will use my best." Chuhee heard the words and smiled faintly, "Come on, I can't ask for it." Lin Cheng didn't say much, and realized his 5 magic card creatures. 5 silver 9-star forest magic cards. Warrior, Pegasus Knight. Warrior, Blood Elf Ranger. 2 Pegasus Knights and 3 Blood Elf Rangers are Lin Cheng's magic card set. Chuhee also watched Lin Cheng's battle before. Pegasus Knights can fly, are fast, and are good at defending. The Blood Elf Ranger, although a warrior, uses bow and arrow as the main attack method. Possess a skill similar to the Shadow Horse Face, Yinling, and can be cloned. Each Blood Elf Ranger can have up to 5 clones, but 3 Blood Elf Rangers add up to 15 clones. Relying on the Blood Elf Ranger's main attack and Pegasus Knight's defense are Lin Cheng's fighting methods. Just when Chuhee was preparing to realize the 5 magic cards of Black and White Impermanence, Bullhead Horseface and Yin Yang Judge, a strange man suddenly ran to the ring, walked to Lin Cheng's ear and whispered a few times. After Lin Cheng listened, he turned the Pegasus Knight and the Blood Elf Ranger into magic cards and took it back, saying loudly, "I abstain." Lin Cheng's words fell, and the audience was in an uproar. Have already reached the semi-finals, suddenly abstained. This is how the same thing. Chuhee glanced at Lin Cheng blankly. Lin Cheng didn't explain anything, and left the ring directly, from the passage next to the rest area. The referee immediately declared Chuhee the victory. But this is not the result that Chuhee wanted. After all, the victory obtained by relying on the opponent's abstention was not what he wanted. At this moment, Nan and Du Wei stepped onto the ring. The two also announced their abstentions at the same time. Chuhee is now dumbfounded. What's the situation? The 3 people who are considered by everyone to have the most chance of winning, unexpectedly abstained one after another. I declare that the champion of this provincial youth magic card teacher competition is Chuhee from Indong City Magic Card Teacher School. The referee announced the result loudly. After that, the referee hurriedly left. Chuhee patted his face with both hands. Feeling, not dreaming. But what's the matter? Why did the 3 of them suddenly abstain? Chuhee felt that something must have happened. And the matter is serious, otherwise they would not abstain one after another. The spectators in the competition hall are also very dissatisfied now. When the game reached the semi-finals, the 3 players suddenly abstained, which made the fierce magic card battle they were looking forward to fail. What is even more dissatisfactory is that no one from the organizers of the competition came forward to explain what happened. Why did the 3 of them abstain from voting? What is the reason? Let alone these audiences, Chuhee also wants to know what happened now. Although his goal was to win the championship was won by all his opponents abstaining, not to mention it. Suddenly, Chuhee saw Yu Bozai sitting in the rest area watching the game talking with the man who had just whispered to Lin Cheng, and quickly walked over. "Hello, can you explain why all 3 of them suddenly abstained?" Chuhee walked over and said, looking at the strange man. The man looked at Chuhee and said in a deep voice, "Chuhee, if you are willing to sign a non-disclosure agreement, I am willing to explain the ins and outs of the matter to you." Non-disclosure agreement. Chuhee became even more confused. However, Chuhee also had a foreboding that something big must have happened. Otherwise, why did the other party want him to sign a confidentiality agreement? Chuhee glanced at Yu Bo. Yu Bo shook his head, "I don't know what happened. But I have agreed to sign a confidentiality agreement." Chuhee heard this, considered it, and said, "I also agree to sign a non-disclosure agreement." The man smiled, "Chuhee, and Yu Bo, please come with me." Chuhee and Yu Bo followed each other away from the side passage. After leaving the competition hall, Chuhee saw Chu Yun and they were all waiting outside. "Brother, what happened? Why did they all abstain suddenly?" Chu Yun wondered. "I don't know, I will leave first. Xie Yuan, take care of my sister," Chuhee said to Xie Yuan. Xie Yuan nodded. She is very smart and has realized that something is wrong. Today's host was changed, and her brother Xie Han did not show up. And her brother has another identity, that is, the squadron leader of the deserted army. She suspected that there might be an attack by a wild animal. But what puzzled her was that there was no military area near Weidong City. People from Weidong City can't take care of the desolate beast's attack. But she didn't ask too much. Lu Wei and the principal wanted to ask about the situation. But before they had time to speak, Chu He and Yu Bo got into a black car and left with the strange man. After getting in the car, Chu He and Yu Bo sat in the back row. The man was sitting in the co-pilot, and the man who drove was a man in his 50s. Now can you tell us what happened? Chu He asked. Sorry, I cannot tell you anything before you sign the confidentiality agreement. Hearing the other person's answer, Chu He asked, then who are you, can you always tell us? I'm from the Magic Card Security Bureau. Magic Card Security Bureau. Chu He and Yu Bo looked at each other, and both saw weird looks on each other's faces. Both of them heard about this department for the first time. Specific things, when you get to the place, I will explain to you in detail. The man said. Chu He and Yu Bo didn't say much. After an hour, the car entered the underground parking lot of a building. Chu He and Yu Bo got out of the car and followed each other onto the elevator. After entering the elevator, Chu He saw that the other party took out a handful and inserted it into the keyhole next to the elevator button. Then under the elevator button, a button for the 55th floor appeared. The other party pressed the button on the 50th floor, and the elevator began to rise. The other party is now so mysterious, making Chu He's heart more and more curious. Magic Card Security Bureau, a department that has never heard of. And the other party just said a few words to Lin Cheng, and Lin Cheng abstained. This made Chu He wonder what the other party said to Lin Cheng. The answer will be revealed soon. With curiosity and anticipation, the elevator rose to the 55th floor, and the elevator door opened slowly. After the elevator opened, a corridor appeared in front of Chu He and Yu Bo. On the promenade, they also saw acquaintances. These acquaintances are all previous contestants. And they are all excellent players entering the semifinals. Including Chaowen, who was defeated by Chu He before, as well as Liang Yingying, and even Chen Fengwen. Chu He and Yu Bo looked at each other, and both saw doubts in each other's eyes. Why does this Magic Card Security Bureau gather all the players in the competition? Chu He thought to himself. Everyone, please come with me. The man who brought Chu He and Yu Bo said loudly. The crowd followed behind him and walked into a large conference room. Then he had someone bring a stack of non-disclosure agreement documents. Before signing the confidentiality agreement document, I need to warn you again. You are all excellent young card masters. Your strength is outstanding, and your future will be very exciting. But once you sign this confidentiality agreement, your life may change because of it. Now you can choose to leave, and I can let someone send you back. But if you sign this non-disclosure agreement and disclose relevant secrets, then unfortunately, you will be convicted of treason. The man said with a serious expression. Hearing the other party's words, everyone was in an uproar. Crime of treason. The crime is too great. Chu He was a little surprised. He didn't expect this thing to reach this level. But the more so, the more curious Chu He is. I want to ask, how long is this non-disclosure agreement signed? Someone asked. The non-disclosure agreement is for life, until you die. The man said. A secret that cannot be told for life. Is it necessary to make such a fuss? You asked people to bring us here, I thought it was something big. As a result, we came, and you didn't tell us anything, just let us sign a non-disclosure agreement. Now the choice is in your hands, making us so passive. Is this your attitude? A semifinal seeded player hugged his arms and sneered. Hearing the words of the semifinal seed, the man smiled and shook his head. I said, if you are not willing to sign a non-disclosure agreement, I can have someone send you back. I hereby apologize for inviting you here so rashly. But no matter what you say, I won't reveal any information to you until you sign a confidentiality agreement. Seeing that his attitude was so firm, Chu He stopped fussing, directly picked up the non-disclosure agreement document, read the contents of the document, and signed it. You just signed it. Liang Yingying, who was sitting beside her, was surprised when she saw Chu He's signature. Otherwise, what else can we do? He won't tell us anything without signing this non-disclosure agreement. What's more, it's just keeping a secret. What's so difficult? Chu He smiled lightly. Hearing Chu He's words, Liang Yingying thought about it and thought it made sense, and immediately signed the non-disclosure agreement. As the leader of Chu He, many people signed a non-disclosure agreement. But only 1/3 chose to sign. The rest are still weighing. The last 5 minutes, you have to make a decision. If you don't sign a non-disclosure agreement, I'll have someone send you off. The man said with a serious expression. Hearing his words, some of the people who were still hesitating signed a non-disclosure agreement. 5 minutes passed quickly. Those who did not sign were asked to leave the meeting room. When the person who did not sign left, the man took the seat in the meeting room and said, "Introduce yourself first." "I'm the Deputy Director of the Magica Security Bureau, Chen Mo." "Director Chen, let's get straight to the point," someone said. Hearing this, Chen Mo nodded slightly and said sternly, "In your eyes, the only enemies of our magic card masters are wild beasts. But in fact, in addition to the wild beasts, the enemies of our card masters also have aliens that are even more terrifying than the wild beasts." "Inhuman, what is that?" Chu He asked curiously. "The so-called aliens are actually the same as us humans, the only difference is that there is a diamond-shaped crystal on their forehead. The aliens are like our magic card masters, they can also use magic cards to fight. And the world where the aliens are, we call it the Devil's Nest. In our Sha Kingdom, there are a total of 36 devil caves, of which 6 large devil caves are suppressed by the powerhouses in the sky, 12 medium-sized devil caves are suppressed by the powerhouses on the earth list, and 18 small devil caves. It will be suppressed by the strong people on the list. In our Huaidong city, there is a small magic cave. A few days ago, the troops that suppressed the Devil's Nest were attacked by the alien magic card master, and the strong people who suppressed the Devil's Nest disappeared. We invited the host of this competition, Xie Han, to temporarily go to the Devil's Nest the night before yesterday. As long as a week, reinforcements will come, but now the offensive of the demons is suddenly intensified, and the demons are about to be unable to hold, so the 3 of them will abstain, because the families they belong to have been guarding the demons for generations. Yes, they have all gone to the Devil's Cave now to provide support. Chen Mo explained. Hear what Chen Mo said. Everyone in the conference room was surprised. Alien, magic card master. This simply subverted their 3 views. Director Chen, where is the cave where those strangers are? Our world is such a big one. If there are foreigners as you mentioned, it is impossible for no one to know. Someone asked. Chen Mo heard his question and explained with a smile, the magic cave does not exist in the blue star where we are. To be honest, we still don't know where the magic cave is. You can understand the Devil's Cave is another world, a world where foreigners live. I don't know why, the magic cave where aliens live suddenly connects with our world, and a channel appears between the 2 worlds. Through that passage, we can enter the magic cave, and strangers can also enter our world. However, since the appearance of the demon cave, some powerful people have been suppressing the demon cave, so that foreigners cannot enter our world. The reason why you are allowed to sign a confidentiality agreement is also because this matter is too important. Once this matter is exposed, it will not only disturb the public, but also make some malicious people stand in the way and create some incidents. Because something similar happened before, someone learned of the existence of the demon cave, sneaked into the demon cave, colluded with foreigners, and then publicized the existence of the demon cave and foreigners in our world, and claimed to surrender to the foreigners. Get strong power. And those guys, we are called heretics. Those guys don't just promote the goodness of strangers, but the trickiest thing is that those guys will obey the instructions of strangers, kill innocents in our world, and cause chaos. In order to solve those heretics, we sacrificed a lot of magic card masters before they were able to wipe out them. Perhaps in the dark, there are still heretics, but compared with the rats of heretics, foreigners are our greatest enemy. Now our Devil's Cave guarded by Huaidong City has been attacked by foreigners and suffered heavy casualties. It happens that you are a group of outstanding young magic card masters in the game, so I will invite you to come over. If you are willing to enter the magic cave to protect our country and fight, your family will be given preferential treatment by the Magic Card Security Bureau. If you don't want to, you can also leave. However, things about strangers in the magic cave are not allowed to be disclosed, will be punished as treason. Hearing what Chen Mo said, Chu He looked at Chen Fengwen. Chen Fengwen noticed that Chu He looked at him, and immediately lowered his head, not daring to look at Chu He. Does this guy become a heretic? Chu He secretly asked in his heart. Because in Chu He's memory, although this Chen Fengwen was considered a genius, in just a few years, the other party actually created a silver 9-star magic card, which is a bit too exaggerated. The other party took refuge in a stranger, and thus got which set of silver demon deck. But before the game, a magic card detector was tested. If Chen Fengwen's magic card was not created by himself, how can it pass the test? Chu He couldn't figure it out, but now he was just skeptical, and he didn't express his inner doubts to create contradictions. Everyone, time is urgent. If anyone is willing to go to the magic cave, please stay. If you don't want to go to the devil's cave, you can leave now, and leave what I just said in your stomach forever, then you can assume that nothing has happened. Chen Mo said again. Hearing what Chen Mo said, a rematch-seeded player got up with a smile on his face and said, I think my strength is still too weak. I'm afraid it's not suitable to go to the magic cave. It is natural to be afraid of death, no problem, you can leave now. Chen Mo nodded. This rematch seed player heard the words and left the conference room without saying a word. Is anyone leaving? Chen Mo continued to ask. With people beginning, many people got up and left. After all, according to Chen Mo's description, the stranger in the magic cave was too dangerous. Even the strong in the rankings have disappeared in battles with foreigners. Going to the magic cave to fight with foreigners, isn't it seeking their own way of death? But for 2 to 3 minutes, the people in the conference room left one after another. In the end, only 7 people remained. The 7 people include Chu He, Yu Bo, Chao Wen, Liang Yingying, Chen Fengwen, Yao Pu, and Jin Dong. The purpose of Chu He staying is simple. It wasn't because of the principle that everyone was responsible for the rise and fall of a country. He also knew very well that with his strength, it was impossible to prevent foreigners from invading the Blue Star. The purpose of his going to the magic cave is to fight and upgrade the star of the magic card. After all, only by killing magic card creatures and wild beasts can the magic card star be upgraded faster. And the stranger in the cave, as an enemy, Chu He can naturally fight with the magic card creature without any worries. On behalf of the Magic Card Security Bureau, I would like to thank you all for staying. This time going to the Devil's Cave, it will take several days. Before you leave, you can tell your loved ones. But it is absolutely not allowed to disclose anything related to the Devil's Cave and foreign people. Chen Mo said. After Chen Mo finished speaking, he left the meeting room directly. Chu He took out his mobile phone, walked to the window of the conference room, and dialed Chu Yun. The call was quickly connected. Chu Yun's nervous voice sounded. Brother, what happened? Are you okay? Chu Yun worried. I'm fine, don't worry. I'm calling you now, mainly to tell you that I'm going to do something, maybe you won't be able to contact me in a few days. Chu He smiled. Chu Yun immediately asked, Brother, what are you going to do? Some very important things. Okay, let's not talk about this. Is Xie Yuanyuan by your side? Yes, sister-in-law Yuanyuan, brother's phone. Chu Yun called out loudly on the other end of the phone. After a while, Xie Yuanyuan's gentle voice came from the phone. Chu He, are you having any trouble? Xie Yuanyuan asked. No trouble. I will leave here for a few days, my sister will trouble you to take care of it. Chu He smiled. Don't worry, after returning to Andong City, I will take your sister to live with me, so don't worry. On the contrary, it is you. Although I don't know what you are going to do, I hope you can be careful. Your sister and I will wait for you to come back, Xie Yuanyuan said. Chu He responded without saying more, and hung up the phone. Then turn off the phone and put it back in your pocket. 10 minutes later, Chu He and others followed Chen Mo and left. Leaving the Mocha Security Bureau building, Chu He and others got into 2 black cars and rushed towards the outskirts of the city. Outside a building, the black car stopped. Chu He and others followed Chen Mo into the community. Chu He saw the passers-by in the community with staring eyes. Obviously these people in the community are members of the Magic Card Security Bureau. Director Chen, is the entrance of the Magic Cave here? Yu Bo asked in confusion. Chen Mo nodded. The entrance of the magic cave is in the underground parking lot of this community. To be precise, it was because the entrance to the magic cave appeared here. In order to cover the location of the entrance to the magic cave, a community was built here. Chu He is becoming more and more curious now. What will the entrance of the magic cave look like? When Chu He and others entered the underground parking lot from the inside of the community, there is no car in the parking lot. On the contrary, there are many tents. These tents are for the magic card master who guards the cave. Sometimes the offensive of the aliens in the Devil's Cave is too strong, and they have to retreat temporarily. The card master who has retired lives in a tent. There are also some injured card masters who will withdraw to heal their injuries. Chen Mo explained, seeing everyone's curious eyes. When everyone heard Chen Mo's words, their expressions were a bit solemn. After all, there are too many tents in this underground parking lot. It means that there are many magic card masters guarding the Devil's Cave. But even so, the situation in the Devil's Cave has become so bad now. Even Nan, Lin Cheng and Du Wei, who are the top 4 players, voluntarily abstained from the game. And let them support the contestants, which is enough to explain the seriousness of the problem. When Chu He and others followed Chen Mo to the east of the parking lot, a tunnel made of alloy appeared in front of everyone. Outside the channel made of this alloy, there are dozens of soldiers with guns and live ammunition guarding them. The entrance of the magic cave is in this passage. Are you all ready? Chen Mo asked while looking at Chu He and others. Ready. Chu He smiled faintly. Go in directly, Inhuman Magic Card Master, I really look forward to fighting them. Yu Bo sneered. I just lost the game, and I am feeling very upset now, so I will use those strange magic card masters to vent the anger in my heart. Chao Wen shouted loudly. After he finished speaking, he glanced at Chu He. Seeing Chao Wen's gaze, Chu He smiled. Seeing that everyone was ready, Chen Mo didn't say much, and led everyone into the metal passage. The metal channel is tens of meters long. At the end of the metal passage is a blue vortex door. Chen Mo first walked into the blue vortex gate. Chu He took a deep breath and walked into the blue vortex door. Chu He only felt a flower in front of his eyes. He found himself in a steel barrier. This is the magic cave world. Chu He looked at the steel walls tens of meters high around him, and said in his heart. The alien magic card master is attacking again. Everyone is ready to fight. Chu He heard someone yelling, and immediately followed the direction where the crowd ran. When Chu He reached above the steel wall, he saw a wilderness. In the distance of the wilderness, thousands of magic card creatures followed behind a group of strangers and walked towards the steel barrier. Everyone is ready to fight. There was a loud shout. Chu He heard the voice somewhat familiar, turned his head and saw that the speaker was Xie Han. But now Xie Han is not as handsome as the previous host. He looked like an iron-blooded soldier now, with sharp eyes and solemn expression on his face. After Xie Han finished speaking, he took the lead in realizing his magic card. 5 golden magic card creatures. The 2 strongest magic card creatures are the Golden 9-Star Ice Phoenix and the Golden 9-Star Ice Wing Knight. The Ice Phoenix, whose body is made of ice crystals, has a body length of more than 10 meters and a wingspan of more than 30 meters. It flies in the air, and cold air is constantly radiating from its body. The Ice Wing Knight, the whole body is also made of ice crystals. Behind him, there is a pair of ice wings. He held a shield in his left hand and a spear in his right. Except for these 2 golden 9-star magic card creatures, the other 3 magic card creatures are all 8 golden stars. Is this Xie Han's strength? Chu He secretly asked when seeing Xie Han's magic card creature. Very strong. Really strong. Xie Han's age is only 4 or 5 years older than Chu He, and he is definitely a genius among geniuses to reach this level. However, Chu He is also confident that when the opponent is his age, he is bound to be stronger than the opponent. The magic card masters on the steel wall, under the leadership of Xie Han, all realized their magic cards one after another. Chu He saw the magic card creatures manifested and swallowed hard. Is this the real war? Chu He secretly asked in his heart. It's completely different from the little jokes during the game. The magic card masters on both sides are 200 to 300 people. Each magic card master can realize up to 5 magic card creatures. Both sides are fighting with thousands of magic card creatures. No, it should be thousands of magic card creatures fighting. This is not a fight, it is a fight of life and death. Once the magic card creature on one side dies, the magic card master on the other side cannot escape death. Feeling the breath of death, Chuhi didn't have the slightest fear, but felt unusually excited. The battle of the card master should be like this. Chuhi murmured. No matter how fierce the previous province's youth card master competition was, the life of the card master was also worry-free. But now, once the magic card creature dies, the magic card master will also be killed by the opponent's magic card creature. This is the battle of life and death. Chuhi took out the hidden trump cards, the Ghost King Yasha and the Blood Demon Ruksha. After realizing them, Chuhi realized Mignon Bullhead, Shadow Horseface and Yin Yang Judge. Are you nervous? Chuhi heard someone talking to him behind him. Turning his head, Chuhi saw Lin Cheng standing behind him. Not nervous, but excited. Chuhi smiled. Excited. It looks like you and Nan are the same. For the first time he fought a foreign magic card master, he didn't have the slightest fear, but was excited. Lin Cheng smiled. Upon hearing Lin Cheng's words, Chuhi curiously asked, by the way, why didn't you see him? He and Du Wei are going to perform a special task. Lin Cheng said, and did not intend to explain too much. Chuhi didn't ask too much. Looking at the wilderness, the alien magic card master brought the magic card creature closer and closer. Following Xie Han's offensive, Mocha Shemendayu makes his magic card creatures charge. Chuhi also let Bull Tao Ma Mian, Yasha Ruksha and Yin Yang Judge to follow the large forces to attack. This kind of melee, the most powerful magic card profession, must be the magician and assassin type magic card. A blood-colored bat flew out of the Blood Demon Ruksha. This scarlet bat quickly turned into the appearance of the Blood Demon Ruksha. Blood bat clones, Blood Demon Rakshasa can split at least one, and can split 100 clones at most. If a clone is separated, the Blood bat clone possesses 100% of the combat power of the Blood Demon Ruksha. If 100 clones are divided, the Blood bat clone will only have 1% of the combat power of the Blood Demon Ruksha. A very powerful skill, you can separate different numbers of clones according to the situation. The Shadow Horse face has now also melted into the shadow, hiding under the shadow of the head of Mignon Bull. The front of Mignon Bull's head attracts firepower, and a sudden attack on the shadow of the horse's face can definitely cause heavy damage to the enemy, and even kill it. Ghost King Yasha, he took off the trident from his back, with a bloodthirsty look on his face. The judge of Yin and Yang merged all the three souls into the body of Ming Yan Niu Tao. Compared with integrating the three souls into the body of the Ghost King Yaka and into the body of the Dark Flame Bullhead, the benefits are greater. After all, Ghost King Yasha is a hybrid fighter. The so-called hybrid fighter is the ability to use magic attacks. Ghost King Yasha can attack from a distance. But Mignon Niatu can only fight in close quarters. In this kind of battle where both sides are thousands of magic card creatures. Even if Mignon Bull's 4 skills are very strong, they are too dangerous. However, as long as the Mignon Bull's head can be held for a period of time, the fighting power of the Mignon Bull's head will rise in a straight line, even if it faces gold-level magic card creatures. The magic card creature army of the human magic card master and the alien magic card master is approaching. The battle between the two sides broke out immediately. Life and death fight, start. Mignon Niatu found a magic card creature with 7 silver stars. In the double fetters, plus the increase in the possession of the 3 souls, the fighting power of the Mignon Niatu completely exploded the opponent. A few axe, directly slashing the opponent. Next to it, a magic card creature with a golden 1-star of the mechanical system launched an attack on the Mignon Bull head. This golden 1-star magic card creature is like a robot, and its hands are artillery barrels. He aimed at the Mignon Bull head with both hands, and the gun barrels of both hands burst into flames, shooting directly at the Mignon Bull head. Mignon Niatu crossed the black gold axe in both hands, resisting the opponent's attack, and his body was blown upside down due to the powerful impact. The Shadow Horse face started at this time. He suddenly emerged from the shadow of Mignon Niatu and shot an arrow at the opponent. Fierce. This arrow directly penetrated the core crystal on the opponent's chest. This golden 1-star mechanical magic card creature was hit hard. The blood demon Rakshasa and its clone with 100% combat power rushed towards each other at the same time and launched an attack. Unlimited flying knives. The blood demon Rakshasa and the clone threw dozens of flying knives in a row, breaking each other's joints. The ghost king Yaksha held the trident in both hands and stabbed it out into the air. Dead Soul Trident. The dead souls surrounding the trident condensed into a gray-white beam of light and flew out, hitting the opponent's body. Boom. With a loud bang, this golden one-star mechanical magic card creature exploded under siege. Calm down. The yin and yang judge held the judge's pen in his right hand, and with a flick of a wave, he outlined the soul-requiring symbol, and temporarily fixed the 5 magic card creatures. Niu Tao Ma Mian and Yasha Rakshasa immediately attacked the immobilized magic card creatures. Call out. An ear-piercing crack sounded. A magic card creature flying in the air with 2 pairs of eagle wings and 4 hands suddenly shot an arrow at the yin and yang judge. But the arrow penetrated directly through the body of the yin-yang judge. Boulder throwing. A roar. A magic card creature like King Kong, holding a huge stone, threw it into the sky, and smashed the magic card creature that attacked the yin and yang judge into meat sauce. And the next moment, behind this magic card creature like King Kong, a huge python magic card creature appeared. This python magic card creature directly entangled the body of this diamond magic card creature, strangling it to death. The situation is crazy. Seeing the scene in front of him, Chuhi didn't know how to order the magic card creatures to fight. This large-scale melee is entirely based on the instinct of magic card creatures. To command, but let them become tied. This chaotic situation did not last long. Less than half an hour. The alien magic card master suddenly sent a retreat signal. The magic card creatures on their side retreat immediately. Xie Han also issued an order loudly, telling everyone not to chase. The magic card creatures of the people return. The number is nearly 1/10 less than before. It means that in the melee just now, the casualty rate reached 10%. This casualty rate is not low. Chuhi, rest first. Lin Cheng walked over to Chuhi and smiled. Chuhi saw the piece of bread and water that Lin Cheng handed him, and took it with a smile. Why did the aliens suddenly retreat? Chuhi asked curiously. This is an old trick of the aliens. Because this is the world of foreigners, there are more magicka masters than us. They will use the constant attack of wheel warfare. But they will not fight to the death, but will launch an attack after a period of time. The purpose is to kill our magic card creatures and consume our strength. Lin Cheng explained with a smile. So, wouldn't the situation be bad for us? Chuhi wondered. It's not bad either. Any card master who guards the magic cave has a large number of spare magic cards. Even me, I have more than 20 spare magic cards. It really has to be consumed. We are not afraid. After all, our purpose is to defend against the aliens' attack. Lin Cheng said. Why not take the initiative to attack? Chuhi pressed. The loss of active attack is too great. The Inhumans have a city about 100 kilometers away. We take the initiative to attack, and we can only suffer. Lin Cheng explained. The Inhumans still have a city. Since they have a city, there must be a lot of magic card masters in the city, at least more than us. Why do they have to engage in such a meaningless wheel battle? Chuhi heard Lin Cheng's words, and it became even more strange. A lot of people have signed the confidentiality agreement before, haven't you? And how many of you are here now? Lin Cheng asked with a smile. Chuhi heard the words and understood. Among the aliens, there are also magic card masters who are greedy for life and fear of death. And if they really dare to attack in a big way, we will send strong support here. So they don't dare to start a war at all. If a large-scale battle is really going to break out, they can't afford it. Lin Cheng continued. The next 2 days, the Inhuman magic card master came and attacked 5 more times. After being repelled each time, he regrouped after half a day. After so many battles, Chuhi has become accustomed to battles of this scale. And according to Lin Cheng, a battle of this scale can only be regarded as a small fight. The strongest magic card creature on both sides is also the Golden 9-star. There are no platinum-level magic card creatures to play. If it were a real war, the scale would be at least 10 times larger, or even more. And in these 2 days, Chuhi has also been observing Chen Fangwen. because Chu He had doubted whether Chen Fengwen was a heretic. After all, the opponent's strength has increased too fast, and some are too unusual. But in the past 2 days, when the opponent was fighting, they were all the same as other magic card masters. There is nothing suspicious. Chu He wondered if he was thinking too much. Until the third night, Chu He rested in the room. Inside the rooms and the steel barriers, there are chase pavilions. Of course, men and women are separated. Chu He slept in a daze, and suddenly opened his eyes when he heard movement. Chu He saw someone get up secretly and walk towards the door. When the opponent opened the door, Chu He saw that the opponent was Chen Fengwen through the light outside the door. Chu He also got up immediately, walked to the door of the room, opened the door, and prepared to follow up to see what the other party planned to do. If the other party is really a heretic, then the other party must not stay. Suddenly, someone patted Chu He on the shoulder. Chu He turned his head and saw that the person who patted him on the shoulder was Jindong, one of the top 8 players. Are you suspecting that Chen Fengwen is related to foreigners? Jindong asked. Why would you ask like that? Chu He asked with a puzzled expression when he heard what the other person said. I was followed before. The person who followed me was Lin Cheng. I found him. He told me that after the 7 of us entered the magic cave, some people kept telling strangers again. Except for the first attack of the alien magic card division, the other several attacks of the alien magic card division were all picked when we were eating or resting, so Captain Xie Han suspected that some of us had a problem, and then let Lin Cheng came to investigate us. I found Lin Cheng and learned about it from him, and then I was also paying attention, trying to figure out which of us had the problem. After all, this incident almost left me behind, and I can't find that. People come, I can't even sleep well. Jindong smiled. When Chu He heard this, he felt that there was a problem with Jindong in front of him, but his face was as usual and he asked, then why do you think Chen Fengwen is related to a foreigner? After Lin Cheng learned that some of the 7 of us might be related to strangers, I conducted an investigation. Then I found that this guy named Chen Fengwen had a problem. Every time half an hour before the attack of the alien magic card master, there will always be inexplicable disappearance. Although he was also involved in the battle when the alien magic card master came to attack, I observed that his magic card creature has never killed an alien magic card creature. Even, I saw his magic card creature and killed a magic card creature of our side. In a battle of that scale, accidental injury is a normal thing, and I can't conclude that Chen Fengwen has a problem because of this. So I have been monitoring him. Now we have just taken a break, and many people have just fallen asleep, but the other person suddenly got up. I suspect that he is planning to inform the foreigner again. Jindong's remarks are completely plausible. In addition to the first attack of the Inhumans, the other attacks were indeed picked when they were eating or resting. But the question is, why does the other party think he is suspicious of Chen Fengwen? After all, Chu He was still suspicious of Chen Fengwen, who had suddenly become stronger after hearing Chen Mo talk about the heretics. But he never told the guess in his heart. Moreover, he was very careful during the surveillance these days, and did not show any signs of suspicion of the other party. And now he just went out with Chen Fengwen. This Jindong thought he was suspicious of Chen Fengwen. Couldn't it be convenient for him to get up at night? This is too strange. Chu He looked at Jindong's smile, always feeling that the other's smile was too fake. Suddenly there was a guess in Chu He's heart. Could it be that he was showing off when he was monitoring Chen Fengwen? So it was discovered by the other party. The Jindong in front of him was actually with Chen Fengwen. Now the 2 of them planned to lead themselves out alone and kill him. Thinking of this possibility, Chu He sneered in his heart. Then what are you going to do now? Chu He asked. The 2 of us will follow him. If he is really related to another person, we will catch him and hand him over to Captain Xie Han for disposal. Jindong whispered. Upon hearing this, Chu He was even more certain that Jindong in front of him was in the same group as Chen Fengwen. But this is fine, they show the fox tail, and Chu He can do it directly. Chapter 71. Chu He and Jindong left the resting room, and they seemed to be walking side by side. But Jindong deliberately slowed down a little bit, and his position slightly lags behind Chu He. Obviously, Jindong is preventing Chu He from escaping. And Chen Fengwen was more than 10 meters in front of them. The other party is not walking fast, and it is clear that they are tempting Chu He to follow. Chu-hee has seen through their tricks, and there is no tension in his heart. With the two of Chen Fengwen and Jindong, Chu-hee is not afraid at all. Chu-hee and Jindong, the actor, with poor acting skills, followed Chen Fengwen, who was equally bad at acting, to a corner of the steel barrier area. There is no one around here. You don't have to act anymore. Chu-hee stopped, his voice indifferent. Upon hearing Chu-hee's words, Jindong and Chen Fengwen stopped and both looked at Chu-hee with a sneer. "Oh, how did you find out?" Jindong asked. "Your acting skills are too clumsy. I suspect that no one knows about Chen Fengwen. How did you know that I doubted him? Unless I was not careful and inadvertently exposed that I was monitoring Chen Fengwen, let Chen Fengwen know that I was monitoring him, and he told you about it. Only by this possibility, you will know that I am suspicious of Chen Fengwen. As soon as you opened your mouth, you exposed your position. You still ask me how I discovered it, don't you have any brains?" Chu-hee sneered. "Since you know that I and Chen Fengwen are in the same group, why do you dare to follow?" Jindong said coldly. "Because I didn't put you two in my eyes at all," Chu-hee said indifferently. "Chu-hee, it's not a game now. Even if your strength is stronger than mine, but if I join forces with Jindong, you will definitely die." Chen Fengwen stared at Chu-hee with a grim expression. "Who has the right to say this for someone who has lost to me twice? You two join forces, it seems to me that's the case," Chu-hee said with disdain. After Chu-hee finished speaking, he took out the 3 magic cards of Mingyan Bullhead, Shadow Horseface and Yin Yang Judge, and realized them. Chen Fengwen saw that Chu-hee was so dismissive of him. In this situation, only 3 magic cards were realized. In his opinion, it was Chu-hee who was humiliating them. He immediately realized his 5 magic cards. It's still the same as the 5 magic cards in the game. Cyclops, Beeman, Heavy Cavalry and 2 Barbarian Berserkers. Jindong also took out 5 magic cards and realized them. Jindong's magic card group is the Beast-type magic card. The magic card level is also 3 silver 9 stars and 2 silver 8 stars. The 3 silver 9-star magic cards are the Warrior-shaped Earth Mammoth, the Warrior-shaped Giant Earth Bear, and the Assassin-type Double-headed Cheetah. The 2 silver 8-star magic cards are the Warrior-shaped Steel Wild Boar and the Tank-shaped Huge Hedgehog. This time it is a battle of life and death, not a competition. Then Chu-hee doesn't need to save his strength anymore. Chu-hee directly ordered the Judge of Yin and Yang to possess the 3 souls and bless the Shadow Horse face. With the blessing of the 3 soul possessions, under the double fetters, the attack power of the Shadow Horse face is not inferior to the silver 8 stars. There is only one protagonist in this battle, and that is the Shadow Horse face. As for Mingyan Bullhead and Yin Yang Judge, they are just tool men who add buff to Shadow Horse face. "Shoot them," Chu-hee gave an order. Shadow Mamian's body concealed into the darkness and shot an arrow first. The target of this arrow is the Cyclops. Among the opponent's 10 magic card creatures, the Cyclops is the only magic card master. Just shoot the opponent. The remaining 9 magic card creatures are not enough to be afraid of. This arrow of the Shadow Horse face uses the Cruel Heart skill, which can ignore the defense. The shadow arrow flew quickly, turning into a black light, and there was no sound when it flew. Flop, with the sound of a sharp weapon penetrating the flesh and blood sounded. Shadow arrows hit the eyes of the Cyclops. But this time penetration is completely different from the game. The arrow exploded suddenly after hitting the eye of the Cyclops. The strong yin chi swallowed the head of the Cyclops. The huge body of the Cyclops slowly fell towards the rear. Boom! A loud bang. The Cyclops fell to the ground, his head has been swallowed by yin chi. Seeing the Cyclops turned into a headless corpse, Chen Fengwen's face showed an incredible expression. How is it possible that the Cyclops was killed by an arrow? Chen Fengwen was shocked. He looked at Chu-hee, and when he saw the cold smile on Chu-hee's face, he suddenly felt a chill over his body. "Offensive, kill him," Jindong shouted loudly on the side. Shadow Horse's face shot the Cyclops with 1 arrow, scaring him too. He wants to kill Chu-hee, so that Chu-hee's magic card creature is not controlled by anyone, and Chu-hee's magic card creature can be easily solved. But Shadow Horse face will never give these magic card creatures a chance. Another shadow arrow flew out from the dark, directly piercing the head of the 2-headed cheetah rushing forward. The silver 9-star double-headed cheetah is dead. Jindong was dumbfounded. He had no idea that Shadow Horse's attack was so powerful. Obviously you have such a strong combat power, why don't you have to come out when you were playing against Chen Fengwen? If during the game, the Shadow Horse face showed such a powerful combat power, then how dare the two of them be swayed by Chu He? But they regret it now, it's too late. The arrow shot by the Shadow Horse face is an invitation from the god of death. Jin Dong and Chen Fengwen's magic card creatures couldn't stop them from being shot. When Shadow Horse Mian shot all Jin Dong and Chen Fengwen's magic card creatures alone, Chen Fengwen looked at Chu He and said frantically, Chu He, didn't you say you didn't look down on me? Obviously your assassin magic card creature is so strong, why do you have to pretend to be weak during the game? Chu He looked at Chen Fengwen with a cold voice, because it's just a game, if the Shadow Horse kills your magic card creature, the referee will judge me to lose the game. Upon hearing this, Chen Fengwen's expression was very unwilling. By the way, let me tell you one more thing, I didn't look down on you before. But now, I look down on you very much. It's shameful that you choose to seek refuge with strangers in order to gain strength. Chu He sneered. What does a genius like you know? Your talent is so strong, the magic card you created is obviously very weak, but the combat power is more powerful than the high star magic card. You will never experience the sorrow of the weak. Jindong looked at Chu He and said bitterly. Yes, I really can't feel the sorrow of the weak. But you have even discarded the dignity of being a human being. For the sake of strength, do you choose to take refuge in a foreigner to harm your compatriots? Chu He said coldly. Okay, don't pretend to be benevolent here. If our situation is reversed, you won't be able to say this. Suffering from the cold eyes of others, being looked down upon by others. The elders have high hopes, but let them down again and again. You have never experienced this kind of feeling, so you can say this kind of thing here. After you experience it, you won't say this again. Jindong shouted loudly. When Chu He heard this, he didn't bother to talk nonsense with the other party. Grab them, Chu He said indifferently. Mingyan Niatu walked towards them. Seeing Mingyan Bullhead coming, Jindong was so frightened that his legs were weak and he slumped on the ground. Chen Fengwen was not much better, and was also frightened and sat slumped on the ground. Mingyan Niu's head hung the double axe behind his back and carried the two of them by the necks, just like a little chicken. Chu He took the two of them and found Xie Han. When Xie Han heard what happened from Chu He, his face became gloomy. It's no wonder that the alien magic card masters attacked when we were resting in the past 2 days. It turned out that someone was telling them about it. Fortunately, I caught them in time, otherwise there will definitely be a big mess. Thanks for your hard work. Xie Han looked at Chu He and smiled. It's not hard work, but I think there may be a big secret hidden in the two of them. Need a good torture. Chu He smiled. Leave this to me. No matter what secrets they hide, I will ask them out. Xie Han looked at the two of them with a cold voice. Chu He didn't say any more. After all, they had already been handed over to Xie Han, so Xie Han would handle it. Before Chu He left, Xie Han told other people not to tell this matter. Chu He understands this. After all, if other people know that there is a magic card master who takes refuge in other people among them, it will inevitably affect morale. Chu He returned to the lounge. Zhao was on the bed, feeling a little sorrowful. Chen Fengwen used to be a junior high school classmate with him anyway, but turned to a stranger. Now that he is caught, Chen Fengwen must be dead. Xie Han will never let the other party survive. Of course, before Chen Fengwen's death, Xie Han would definitely use various methods to let the other party tell all the things he knew. But these have nothing to do with him. Chu He yawned and fell asleep in a daze. As a result, I just fell asleep for less than an hour. Chu He felt someone pat his shoulder. Opening his eyes, Chu saw He Lincheng put the index finger of his right hand in front of his mouth, making a silent motion. Chu He got out of bed, looked at Lin Cheng with a puzzled face, and asked in a low voice, "What's wrong?" "Captain Xie Han wants to see us," Lin Cheng said. Chu He heard this and left the lounge with the other party. After they walked to Xie Han's room, they saw Xie Han smoking a cigarette solemnly. "Chu He, Lin Cheng, I want to give you a task now. This task is very important. It can only succeed, not fail. Are you confident?" Lin Cheng asked. "Task, What task? Chu-hee asked curiously. I used some special methods and learned a very important piece of news from the two guys who took refuge in strangers. This steel barrier, the former commander, Luo Liang, who is the strongest in the rankings, has been caught. According to the plan of the inhuman race, the two of them will notify the inhuman race after the reinforcements arrive, and then the stranger will take Roke outside the steel barrier, kill Roke in front of everyone, and blow our morale. Quote. So I need you two to rescue Luo Liang, Xie Han said solemnly. Upon hearing this, Chu-hee and Lin Cheng looked at each other, and both saw a look of surprise in each other's eyes. Captain Xie, are you kidding me? The combined strength of the two of us is not as good as a gold-level magic card master. Let the two of us rescue Captain Luo. This is impossible, and if we fail, we will be stunned. If the inhuman race kills Captain Luo ahead of time, it will be in trouble. Lin Cheng said with a strange expression. I found a token of their refuge and foreigners from those two guys. Xie Han took out 2 tokens. These 2 tokens are a circular shield the size of a palm. On the shield, there is a red diamond crystal pattern. With this token, you will not be attacked if you encounter strangers. At that time, you will be able to take the opportunity to rescue Captain Luo. Xie Han said. Captain Xie, why do you give us such an important task? Lin Cheng also said just now, in the steel barrier, there are more powerful gold-level magic card masters than us, wouldn't it be better for them to rescue? Chu-hee asked. It's not that you don't let the gold-level magic card master go to the rescue, but you can't. According to the information I got from them, according to their different strengths, the pagans who took refuge in the aliens have different tokens. The tokens in your hands represent bronze and silver card masters. If you let the gold-level magic card come to the rescue, your identity will naturally be exposed. Although Chu-hee, you are only a bronze magic card master, your ability to deal with those 2 pagan magic card creatures shows that your strength is extremely strong, even among the silver magic card masters. Lin Cheng is the same, the 2 of you are the strongest among the steel barriers, below the gold-level magic card master, so I gave the task to the 2 of you. Xie Han explained. Captain Xie, even if we can pretend to be those 2 guys, how do we know where Captain Luo is being held? Lin Cheng asked. Since I am looking for you to rescue Captain Luo, of course I know Captain Luo's position. According to the confessions of those 2 people, what they surrendered was an alien named Jiyu Luo clan. The aliens are divided into many sub-clans, but the strength of the ancient Luo clan is not strong. In a city 100 kilometers away, the strength of the ancient Luo clan is average. This time, the one who caught Captain Luo Liang was the aliens of Jiyu Luoshi. They launched an attack on Captain Luo Liang a few days ago and lured him away from the steel barrier. Get more voice in front of you. They captured Captain Luo Jing this time. Naturally, they won't bring Captain Roke back to the city, but will take the credit for themselves. So I'm sure Captain Luo Liang must be locked up somewhere in the wilderness now. I looked at the map around here. I think there are 3 places, most likely the place where Captain Luo Jing is imprisoned. Xie Han took out a map and handed it to Lin Cheng. Lin Cheng looked at the map and handed it to Chu-hee. On the map, there are 3 areas circled by red pens. One of the 3 areas circled by red pens is where Xie Han thought Luo Liang was being held. If the 2 of you are unwilling to carry out this task, I will find someone else. Xie Han said. This task, I took it. Chu-hee laughed. Me too. Lin Cheng followed. Hearing that the 2 agreed, Xie Han showed a smile on his face. It's not too late, you go now. I'm waiting for your triumphant return, Xie Han said with a smile. Chu-hee and Lin Cheng also stopped talking. Chu-hee put away the map and left quickly with Lin Cheng. After the 2 left Xie Han's room, Lin Cheng embodied the 2 Pegasus Knights. It's too slow to walk, let's fly over. Lin Cheng skillfully climbed onto the flying horse, hugged the Pegasus Knight's waist, and smiled at Chu-hee. Hearing this, Chu-hee also climbed onto another Pegasus and hugged the Pegasus Knight's waist. Chu-hee was suddenly a little envious. It seems that after I come back this time, I also have to get a flying magic card creature. Chu-hee thought to himself. Although the blood demon Raleigh can also fly. But the blood demon Rakshasa can't fly with his arms in his arms, right? That's so weird too. 2 Pegasus Knights flew into the air. After all, It's just the two of them this time. If they spread their actions, they will easily run into trouble. The two act together to be more secure. Pegasus Knights fly fast. It took less than an hour to reach the first area that Xie wrapped around on the map. Pegasus Knight landed nearby. Lin Cheng turned the two Pegasus Knights into magic cards and took them back. Chu He, Lin Cheng and the two approached cautiously. In front of them, there is a huge stone cave. They didn't know if Luo Liang was imprisoned here. Chu He materialized the Shadow Horse mask and let the Shadow Horse face sneak into the shadows to investigate in the past. After a while, the Shadow Horse Mian returned. Creator, there are more than 30 people in this cave. Shadow Horse said respectfully. Hearing Shadow Mamian's words, Chu He and Lin Cheng looked at each other and saw joy on each other's faces. It seems that we are lucky. We found the place where Captain Luo Liang was imprisoned as soon as we arrived. Lin Cheng laughed. But there are more than 30 aliens, and those people should be magic card masters. I'm afraid it will be troublesome to rescue Captain Luo Liang. Chu He said solemnly. That's a problem, Lin Cheng said solemnly. After all, it was impossible for the two of them to walk in openly and bring Luo Liang out. The current status of the two of them is that they have taken refuge in aliens. When you see strangers, you have to be respectful. But if it is to attack those people with the Shadow Horse face, it is impossible to kill them all in an instant. Once they materialize the magic card, the two sides will fight. Maybe they are not opponents. Even if they can kill these more than 30 card magicians. If they jumped over the wall in a hurry and killed Luo Liang before dying, then their mission would be considered a failure. Chu He and Lin Cheng discussed it. In the end, it was decided that the two would enter the stone cave first and pretend to report the situation. Then find an opportunity to do it and kill those aliens. Chu He transformed the Mingyan Bullhead, the Yin Yang Judge, the Ghost King Yaksha and the Blood Demon Rakshasa into manifestation Qian Wang Jiao. Lin Cheng also materialized 2 Pegasus Knights and 3 Blood Elf Rangers. Both Chu He and Lin Cheng let their magica creatures lurk around the cave. The two of them walked towards the stone cave. When they just walked into the cave, the aliens in the cave immediately gathered. Chu He and Lin Cheng took out the alien's token. One of the aliens walked in front of Chu He and Lin Cheng, and after checking the token, he laughed loudly. There are 2 human idiots who actually came to our site with the token of the Jiu Luo clan. Hearing this alien's words, Chu He's Lin Cheng looked at each other, and both saw a look of astonishment on each other's faces. It seems that the two of them went to the wrong place. Moreover, the two of them looked at them with unkind expressions when they saw these inhumans. These aliens seemed to have a grudge against the aliens of the Jiu Luo clan. The humans who took refuge in the ancient Luo clan, you have gone to the wrong place. We are the Gaidong clan, and the Guluo clan are enemies. You came to our territory and still want to leave alive. One of the leaders of this group of aliens looked at Chu He and Lin Cheng and said coldly. Hearing this, both Chu He and Lin Cheng were speechless in their hearts. How could the two of them distinguish the inhuman clan? I thought I was lucky and found the place where Luo Liang was trapped in one go. In the end, I didn't expect to meet the enemy of the ancient Luo's alien. This chance is really lower than the chance of winning the first prize in the lottery. Looking at the unkind eyes of this group of Gaidong clan aliens, Chu He had an idea and shouted loudly, the two of us are here on behalf of the Jiu Luo clan. When Lin Cheng heard Chu He's words, he instantly understood what Lin Cheng was thinking, and continued, yes, we are here to fight you on behalf of the Jiu Luo clan. Arrogant. What is the Guluo clan? Are they qualified to fight with our Gaidong clan? Those guys are just a bunch of rubbish. I can kill them all by myself. The idiot of the ancient Luo clan are too rampant. They actually let 2 humans come to us for a fight. Are they scared? We should go back now, report this to the Patriarch's table, and then send out a large army to completely wipe out the Guro clan. When Lin Cheng said that they were coming to meet on behalf of the strangers of the ancient Luo family, all the strangers of the Gaidong family were angry. Humans, those guys of the Guluo clan, where are we going to fight with us? The stranger led by the Gaidong clan looked at Chu He and Lin Cheng, and said in a deep voice. The patriarch of the Guluo clan said, you decide the place for the battle. Otherwise, even if we decide the meeting place, you will suspect that there is an ambush. So when you decide where you want to fight, you will inform the patriarch of the Guluo clan that when the time comes, the two sides will start a war of extermination. Chu-hee said loudly. Guro, do they really think they can kill us? We must teach Guros a heavy lesson, let them know the fate of the battle with us. The Guluo clan is just a weak clan. They dare to make an appointment with our clan. They are really tired of their lives. From now on in this world, there will be no more clan Guluo. Seeing the strangers of the Gaedong clan furious, a smile appeared on the corner of Chu-hee's mouth. If this can provoke a battle between two alien clans, that would be a good thing. After all, letting strangers fight inwardly can consume the strength of strangers. Humans, go back now and tell the patriarch of the Guluo clan. 3 days later, there will be a deadly battle in the Donged wilderness. The stranger, led by the Gaedong clan, said indifferently. Understood, we will go back now and tell our patriarch the news. Chu-hee said. After that, Chu-hee winked at Lin Cheng. The two immediately left the cave. When the two of them confirmed that there was no other person behind them, the pair of Lin Chu-hee married a thumb. Chu-hee, awesome, your mind is turning too fast. Lin Cheng admired. You also cooperated well. Chu-hee smiled. I don't know if the Guluo clan and the Gaedong clan can fight together. If they can fight, it will be of great benefit to us. Lin Cheng smiled. I don't know, but it shouldn't be very likely that they will fight. After all, the identities of the two of us are fake. As long as they confront each other, this matter is likely to be exposed. Of course, it does not rule out that the guys of the Gaedong clan are a group of guys with well-developed limbs and simple minds. They really want to fight, that's the best. Chu-hee smiled. But the most important thing for us now is to save Captain Luo Liang. Chu-hee said. Lin Cheng nodded, and the two of them arrived at the place where the magic card creature was in ambush. Chu-hee turned the magic card creatures into magic cards, and Lin Cheng also turned the 3 Blood Elf Rangers into magic cards. The two continued to ride on the Pegasus Knight's Pegasus and hurried towards another circled area on the map Xie Han gave them. After an hour and a half, the two reached the second circled area. There is a forest near here. Chu-hee and Lin Cheng landed outside the forest on the Pegasus Knight's Pegasus. This forest looks really gloomy. Lin Cheng muttered. Lin Cheng realized a Blood Elf Ranger and let him enter the forest to explore. Lin Cheng's magic cards are all forest magic cards, which have attribute bonuses in the forest. If there are enemies in the forest, the Blood Elf Ranger can also retreat. But it takes less than 5 minutes to enter the forest as a Blood Elf Ranger. A beast roar came from the forest. The Blood Elf Ranger immediately withdrew from the forest. A giant bear with a height of more than 5 meters, blue hair and a moon mark on its forehead chased it out. Gold-ranked desolate beast, Moonscar giant. How can there be wild beasts in this forest? Lin Cheng said with a gloomy face when he saw this giant bear. He immediately realized the magic card group. Chu-hee also embodies the cow-head horse face and the yin and yang judge. Under Chu-hee's order, the judge of yin and yang blessed the possession of the 3 souls on the body of Ming-Yan Niu. Ming-Yan Niu directly rushed up. Although the size of this moon-scarred giant bear is not even as good as Chen Fengwen's behemoth beast. But when Ming-Yan Niu's head approached this moon-scarred giant, he was shot flying directly by the same hull. Chu-hee, when this moon-scarred giant bear is at night, its combat effectiveness will increase a lot. Can't fight head-on with the opponent. Lin Chengma reminded If. Why didn't you say it earlier? Chu-hee smiled bitterly. Ming-Yan Niu's head was slapped flying by the other party, Lin Chengkai told him. Fortunately, under the blessing of the double bond and the possession of the 3 souls, the Ming-Yan bull's defense greatly increased. Although it was slapped by the Moonscar giant bear, it was not a major problem. Since the Moonscar giant's combat effectiveness will become stronger at night, it's okay not to get close to the opponent. Chu-hee asked the judge of yin and yang to take out the head of the 3 souls of Ming-Yan, and re-blessed it on the shadow of the horse face. The shadow horse's face opened the yin spirit, summoning 10 clones, and the body merged into the shadow, launching an attack on the Moonscar giant. Lin Chengguo's 3 Blood Elf Rangers also cloned themselves and attacked the Moonscar giant bear at the same time. The 2 Pegasus Knights are constantly harassing the giant moon-scarred bear. But the skin of this giant moon-scarred bear is too hard. Shadow Horse Face used the shadow arrows fired by heart, but they couldn't completely penetrate the opponent's skin. Only half of the arrows could be shot into the opponent's body. This guy's skin is too hard. Among the gold-level wild beasts, this blue moon behemoth is known for its defensive power. It is a little difficult to kill it, Lin Cheng said with a helpless expression. It's not a big problem. Chu He smiled and took out Ghost King Yasha and Blood Demon Ruksha magic card again to realize them. Ghost King Yasha, use Necromancer, Chu He ordered. Upon receiving the order, the Ghost King Yasha pierced the trident into the ground with his right hand, and pointed his hands at the giant moon scar bear. From behind him, a large number of blood-colored dead spirits flew out and flew towards the giant moon scar bear. There is only one effect of Necromancer, and that is to reduce defense power. When these blood-colored undead spirits penetrated into the moonscar into the giant bear's body, the shadow arrows shot by the shadow horse face, even without the ferocious heart effect, can shoot into the opponent's body. The Blood Demon Ruksha, under Chu He's order, also launched an attack on the moonscar giant. Infinite throwing knives. Throwing knives one after another kept throwing them out and pierced into the body of the giant moonscar bear. But for a moment, the giant moon-scarred bear turned into a huge hedgehog, with 7 arrows and arrows shot by the Blood Elf Rangers all over his body. Finally, the moon-scarred giant fell. Ming Yan Niu's head rushed over, and an axe decapitated the head of the moon-scarred giant bear to prevent sudden corpse fraud. After killing this moon-scar giant, Wu Yan's Niatu's star was actually upgraded to 4 silver stars. This was really unexpected joy, and Chu He almost couldn't close his mouth with a smile. Congratulations, Lin Cheng smiled. It's really embarrassing. My magic card creature took the head of this moon-marked giant bear. Chu He laughed. It doesn't matter, anyway, my magic card creature has reached its limit now. It's not that easy for them to upgrade to the gold level, Lin Cheng said. The fur of this moon-scarred giant bear is a good thing. Gold level material, if it is sold, it will be worth tens of millions. If we share it, we can make a lot of money, Lin Cheng said, looking at the corpse of the moon-marked giant bear. Give you the body, I don't want it, Chu He said. After all, taking the head of the giant moon bear has raised the star rating of Mingyan Niatu by 1 level, which is embarrassing. Moreover, giving the fur of this giant bear to Lin Cheng was considered a favor. Then I'm welcome. Lin Cheng heard the words and laughed. In front of Chu He, he took the corpse of the moon-marked giant bear into the private waste card space. Next, should we enter this forest to search, or go to the next place? Lin Cheng asked. Chu He thought for a moment and said, go into the forest to investigate first. Although there are wild beasts in this forest, the aliens of Gu Luos may also use these wild beasts as cover to hide Captain Rock in this forest. Makes sense. Lin Cheng nodded. The two then headed into the forest. Mingyan Niatu, Ghost King Yasha and 2 Pegasus Knights walked in front. The shadow horse face hides in Chu He's shadow, and can protect Chu He in case of danger. The Blood Demon Rakshasa split into 10 avatars, let the avatars disperse, and scout around to ensure that when there are wild beasts and aliens, they can be found at the first time. The Yin and Yang Judge follows Chu He, and once he encounters danger, the Yin and Yang Judge will release the soul to immobilize the enemy. The 3 Blood Elf Rangers, under Lin Cheng's order, were scattered around and cooperated with the Blood Demon Rakshasa to investigate. The 2 walked all the way, and saw a lot of bones along the way. Many of these bones are similar to human bones. In addition, there are some animal bones. Chu He, look at that bone, Lin Cheng said suddenly. Chu He looked in the direction the other party pointed. On the ground, there is a huge animal bone. This is not the point. The key point is that there is still some saliva on the animal bone. A bad premonition suddenly appeared in Chu He's heart. Just then, the trees in the distance suddenly collapsed. A terrified beast roared. A group of wild beasts ran towards where they were from the front. When these wild beasts saw Chu He and Lin Cheng, they had no desire to attack at all, but fled in all directions. Obviously, some extremely terrifying existence is chasing them. Otherwise, they would not see Chu He and Lin Cheng go, neither attacked, but ran away. Humans and wild beasts are mortal enemies. Desolate beasts attack the human city, all relying on the defense of the desolate army. There is no reason for the wild beasts not to attack when they see them, unless the wild beasts are running for their lives. The situation seems something is wrong, Lin Cheng said with a nervous look on his face. Retreat first, Chu He thought for a moment and said in a deep voice. To save Luo Liang, you must first allow yourself to survive. Only the more powerful wild beasts can make the wild beasts escape collectively. Chu He and Lin Cheng retreated in the direction the wild beast fled. After a while, Chu He heard movement behind him. He turned his head and saw a giant python. No, the giant python was like an earthworm in front of this guy. This is a boa constrictor wild beast with the size of a head, more than 30 meters, and the length of the body is unknown. On the body of this python wild beast, there are diamond-shaped snake scales, like dragon scales. And on the head of this giant python wild beast, there is also a huge unicorn. Rather than a giant python, Chu He felt that the other party was more like a legendary mosquito. Chu He, hurry up, come up. Lin Cheng had already boarded the Pegasus Knight's Pegasus, approached Chu He, stretched out his right hand and shouted. Chu He grabbed the opponent's right hand and turned all the magic card creatures into magic cards. Lin Cheng also took back the other magic card creatures, and the two flew towards the sky on the Pegasus Knight's Pegasus. Fortunately, this one-horned python, the target is not them, but those fleeing wild beasts, otherwise it will be dangerous. Chu He is now looking down at the forest. Vaguely, Chu saw the body length of this one-horned python. 500 meters. 500 meters is a mile away. Ordinary people walk in less than 10 minutes. But if the length of 500 meters turned into a huge python, it would be terrifying. Chu He glanced at Lin Cheng. Lin Cheng's chest continued to rise and fall violently, his face was pale, and there was no blood at all. Are you okay? Chu He asked. I'm fine. It's just that our luck is too unlucky to meet this terrifying guy. Lin Cheng said with a wry smile after a long delay. You know this wild beast? Chu He asked. This is the king snake of Yeming, you don't know it? Lin Cheng said in a different way. Dream king snake? Chu He asked curiously. One of the 3 strongest wild beasts in the platinum class. Yemen king snake, Hyjal giant wolf, Caesar flame lion. These 3 wild beasts are the famous existences in the platinum level. Even if it is a platinum 9-star magic card creature, one-on-one with these 3 wild beasts, basically it is more to lose and win less. It is no exaggeration to say that the strength of these 3 wild beasts is stronger than some weak diamond-level magic card creatures. Lin Cheng said solemnly. After hearing Lin Cheng's words, Chu He realized how bad their luck was. I actually encountered such a terrifying wild beast. Fortunately, the target of the other party is not them, otherwise, it would be really dangerous. It seems that the ancient Luo family won't hide Captain Luo Jing in this forest, let's go to the next place. Lin Cheng said. Chu He responded. The two crowded together with the Pegasus Knight, sat on the Pegasus, and rushed towards the last circled area on the map Xie Han gave them. 2 hours later, Chu He and Lin Cheng finally reached their destination. An abandoned palace appeared in the eyes of the two of them. And near this abandoned palace, there are still a lot of magic card creatures patrolling. It seems that Captain Luo Liang should be here. Chu He murmured. Pegasus Knights landed near this abandoned palace. Chu He and Lin Cheng both turned over and dismounted. Looking at the abandoned palace in front of him, Chu He said solemnly, assassinate the patrolling magic card creatures before we enter. Lin Cheng nodded in agreement. There are many magic card creatures patrolling around this abandoned palace. If they attacked, they would inevitably be surrounded. Chu He and Lim Sung spread out and start their own assassinations. Chu He summoned Yaksha Rakshasa, Niu Tao Ma Mian and Yin Yang Judge. The Yin and Yang Judge blessed the 3 soul possessions to the shadow horse face. After that, Chu He let the ghost king Yasha, Mingyan Niatu and the Yin and Yang Judge hide aside. The shadow horse face melted into the darkness. The blood demon Rakshasa separates a blood cloak. They start an assassination attempt. The shadow horse face targets a behemoth magica creature. The opponent is just a magic card creature with 8 stars of silver. In front of the shadow horse, a shadow arrow flew out, hitting the opponent's head directly, killing him instantly. The blood demon Rakshasa and its clone flew towards another magic card creature. When the blood demon Rakshasa moved, there was no sound. After she and her clone got close to the magic card creature, they used infinite throwing knives at the same time. Dozens of flying knives stabbed into the opponent's body, killing them instantly. The Shadow Horse Face and the Blood Demon Rakshasa can instantly kill 2 magic card creatures at the same time, and the combat power is strong, no doubt. This is the assassin type magic card. Before the enemy finds them, they are dead. The assassination went well. Shadow Horse Face and Blood Demon Rakshasa have high attack strength. Even the magic card creatures of the Silver 9 stars are hard to resist in front of them. In particular, the shadow arrows shot by the Shadow Horse Face, after adding fierceness, the magic card creatures with strength below the gold level are absolutely unstoppable. The Blood Demon Rakshasa relies on blood to divide itself, and it is 2 to 1 with the clones, and at the same time, its killing strength is not much weaker than that of the Shadow Horse. One by one, the magic card creatures were assassinated one after another. But suddenly an accident happened. Chu saw the abandoned palace in the river, and suddenly more than 20 aliens ran towards Lin Cheng. Has Lin Cheng been discovered? Chu He murmured. Chu He thought for a while, but did not go to support Lin Cheng. Lin Cheng's strength is very good, and he still believes in Lin Cheng's strength. Now, taking advantage of Lin Cheng's attention to the aliens, he immediately took the magic card creatures and rushed towards the abandoned palace. Taking advantage of the fact that Yiren was attracted by Lin Cheng, he is now going to rescue Luo Jing from the abandoned palace, which is the kingly way. The magic card creatures along the way have now rushed to Lin Cheng's side. Chu He successfully entered the abandoned palace. There was no one on the first floor of the palace. Chu He let the Shadow Horse Face sneak into the second floor of the palace to investigate. After receiving the order, the Shadow Horse disappeared in front of Chu He and walked towards the second floor of the palace. After a while, the Shadow Horse appeared in front of Chu He. Creator, there is no one on the second floor. Shadow Horse said respectfully. No one. Chu He heard the words and immediately walked up to the second floor of the palace. This abandoned palace has only 2 floors. There is no one on the first floor, and there is no one on the second floor. Is Luo Liang really imprisoned here? Will Xie Han's guess be wrong? Chu He thought to himself. However, Chu He still searched, and finally found a middle-aged man in a hut who was blindfolded by a black cloth. His hands and feet were bound, and he looked very embarrassed. Luo Liang. Chu He looked at each other and asked. Who are you? The middle-aged man said in surprise. Chu He walked over and uncovered the black cloth covering the opponent's eyes. I'm here to save you. Chu He untied the ropes on the opponent's hands and feet. Just you, Luo Liang said in surprise after he got out of trouble. There is another person, he has attracted the firepower of foreigners now. This is not a place to talk, let's leave first. Chu He said solemnly. Captain Luo Liang, is your magic card still there? Chu He asked. Luo Liang shook his head and said bitterly, they are all killed in battle. Chu He sighed softly when he heard the words. If Luo Liang's magic card creature is still there, with his magic card creature combat power, he can kill it easily. But now, you still have to be careful. Chu He and Luo Liang escaped from the palace smoothly. Chu He just let Mingyan Niatu take Luo Liang to leave first. He took the other 4 magic card creatures to support Lin Cheng. After all, if Lin Cheng died, it would be difficult for them to escape. To escape, Lin Cheng's Pegasus Knight is also needed. When Chu He rushed to Lin Cheng's side, seeing that Lin Cheng's 5 magic card creatures were suppressed by strangers, magic card creatures, they were embarrassed. Chu He immediately asked Shadow Horse Face and Blood Demon Raksha to support. Shadow Horse Face and Blood Demon Raksha once attacked, directly assassinating 2 alien magic card creatures. When Lin Cheng saw this, his face showed joy. People have been rescued. Retreat. Chu He shouted loudly. There is no point in continuing to fight here. There are hundreds of other magic card creatures. In head-to-head battles, they do not have the upper hand. And their purpose is not to kill these aliens and magic card creatures, but to save people. Hearing Chu He's words, Lin Chengcheng sat on a Pegasus Knight's Pegasus and retreated with the magic card creature. He also let another Pegasus rider fly to Chu He's side, and Chu He also sat on the Pegasus rider's Pegasus. The 2 Pegasus Knights flew into the air immediately. Chu He and Lin Cheng took their magic card creatures back and retreated quickly. Chu He, if you want to come later, I can't hold it. Lin Cheng smiled bitterly. Isn't it all right? Chu He smiled. Chu He and Lin Cheng rushed to the location where the head of the Mingyan bull was located. Lin Cheng put Rokla on the flying horse he was riding, and Chu He took back the head of Mingyan bull. The two Pegasus Knights flew back towards the steel barrier. Captain Luo Jing, how is your body? Lin Cheng asked. It's okay, I can hold it. Luo Liang smiled bitterly. Captain Luo Jing, what happened? With your strength, how could you be caught by a foreigner? Lin Cheng wondered. It's a long story, I'm being too careless. At that time, foreigners came to attack, and there were 2 platinum-level magic card masters. But their strength is not as good as mine. Soon after the attack, they chose to retreat. I was a little greedy at the time, thinking that if I kill the 2 platinum-level magic card masters, it will make the situation more advantageous. I just chased it out by myself, but I didn't expect to have an ambush. In addition to the 2 platinum-level magic cards, there are 2 platinum-level magic cards. After a bitter battle, all my magic card creatures died, and I became their prisoner. Luo Liang said bitterly. Luo Liang just finished speaking. Chu He heard movement behind him. Turned his head and looked away. Those aliens were chased by several huge black griffin magic card creatures. The speed of these black griffin magic card creatures is very fast, faster than the takeoff horse rider. If this continues, sooner or later you will have to be caught up. Lin Cheng, let the Pegasus rider land. You take Captain Luo Liang to flee first, and I will hold these strangers. Chu He shouted loudly. Hearing this, Lin Cheng was surprised. Are you crazy? There are so many of them, how can you be an opponent by yourself? Don't worry about me, you first retreat with Captain Luo Liang. Chu He said. Lin Cheng glanced at Chu He, without saying more, let the 2 Pegasus riders land. Chu He jumped off Pegasus. Chu He, don't die. Lin Cheng said, and directly ordered the Pegasus Knight to leave. He did not let the Pegasus rider fly now, but was running on the ground. In the sky, several black griffins carrying strangers also landed one after another. But they were greeted by Chu He's magic card creature attack. Shadow Horse hides in the dark, and shoots a black griffin directly with an arrow. The blood demon Ruksha separated 100 clones and rushed to the other black griffins. Chu He only needs to hold the chase of these strangers. Whether you can kill them or not is not important. Just hold it. These 100 blood demon Ruksha avatars looked no different from the main body, but their combat effectiveness was very weak, and their bodies were as fragile as bubbles, and shattered at the touch of a button. But in the eyes of these strangers, this is 100 blood demon Ruksha. They don't know the strength of these blood demon Ruksha. For a while, the strangers panicked and realized the magic cards one after another. Chu He saw hundreds of magic card creatures manifested, and the corners of his mouth twitched. With so many magic card creatures, if they really want to fight, then he will definitely lose. After all, Chu He has only 5 magic card creatures, facing hundreds of magic card creatures, there is no fight at all. Only fight guerrilla warfare. Chu He asked Mingyan Niatu and Ghost King Yasha to cover his retreat. As for the Shadow Horse Face and the Blood Demon Ruksha, they dragged the magic card creatures of the aliens in place. These clones are very weak. Do not be afraid. We were cheated. Catch up with that human being and kill him. The magic card creature with the alien magic card master defeated the clone of the Blood Demon Ruksha, and instantly found that the clone of the Blood Demon was very weak, and shouted loudly. For a while, these strangers were angry. With so many of them, Chu He's Blood Demon Ruksha asked for the show. Their magic card creatures pursued Chu He. Shadow Horse Face shot and killed continuously in the dark. There is also an assassin magic card creature, find him. Another assassin creature is too strong, 2 of my magic card creatures were shot. Find him quickly. Shadow Mammon shot and killed several magic card creatures one after another, making strangers notice that something was wrong. Originally chasing Chu He's magic card creature, the magic card creature with detection skills stayed behind again, trying to find the Shadow Horse Face. The clone of the Blood Demon Ruksha also launched an attack at this time. Originally, these strangers thought that the Blood Demon Rakshasa present were all clones, but they did not expect that the Blood Demon Rakshasa's real body was also mixed in it. A 6-star silver magic card creature was directly killed by the Blood Demon Luo with an infinite throwing knife. Asshole, there is a real body among these clones, everyone be careful. The strangers are angry now. 2 magic card creatures made them so embarrassed. There is also a magic card creature, kill him first. Someone saw the yin-yang judge standing by. The judge of yin and yang just stood there quietly, doing nothing, just like this battle, it has nothing to do with him. Hearing this stranger's words, many strangers let their magic card creatures attack the yin-yang judge. When they saw the attack of their magic card creature penetrating through the body of the judge of yin and yang without causing any harm to him, they all had a devilish expression on their faces. What the hell is going on with this human magic card? How can it be so weird? Don't worry about this, go after that guy, as long as you kill that human, his magic card is not to be afraid. Yes, kill that human card master first. Catch him. The alien magic card masters unified their thoughts and chased them in the direction of Chu-Hi's escape. But they ignored the horror of Shadow Horse's face. Shadow Horse face is blessed with the skills of the 3 soul possessions of the yin-yang judge, plus double fetters. The attack intensity of Shadow Horse's face was frighteningly high. When an arrow is shot, a magic card creature must die. Even if a magic card creature resists an arrow from the Shadow Horse's face, the Blood Demon Ruksha will make amending and kill it. The star of Shadow Horse face has been upgraded to 3-star silver. Chu-Hi, who was running away on the head of Mingyan Niu, suddenly heard the sound in his ears, and his face showed joy. The star rating of Shadow Horse face has also increased. It seems that if you want to upgrade the magic card creature star, you still have to fight life and death. Chu-Hi secretly said in his heart. Now the star of Shadow Horse face has been upgraded to 3 silver stars, and the attack intensity has become higher. Shooting alien magic card creatures has become easier. However, there are too many creatures with magic cards. They have caught up with Chu-Hi. Chu-Hi heard the movement behind him, and made Mingyan Niatu and Ghost King Yasha rush to block them. Kill that human. When the strangers saw Chu-Hi, they furiously said. Soul burial. Ghost King Yasha roared. A large number of ghosts poured out from his body. These ghosts all fly to the magic card creatures of the strangers. When these ghosts approached, they exploded directly, turning into a large amount of spirit energy, pouring into the bodies of these magic card creatures. Ghost King Yasha's soul burial skill has only one effect, and that is weakness. All magic card creatures affected by the spirit energy formed by the ghost explosion will fall into a weak state in a short period of time. Ghost King Yasha and Mingyan Niatu directly greeted them and launched an attack. But with the 2 of them, it is too difficult to hold the magic card creatures of strangers. At this critical juncture, a silver 9-star creature with a giant sword holding a magic card suddenly exploded, and a sword chopped the head of the Mingyan bull into serious injuries, and the head of the Mingyan bull fell to the ground with serious injuries. Human, you are dead. Do you really think that your magic card creature alone can hold our magic card creature? The owner of the magic card creature who badly injured the head of Mingyan bull saw Chu-Hi and grinned. Chu-Hi heaved a sigh of relief in his heart when he saw Mingyan bull's head fell to the ground badly. Hope, Mingyan bull head's bull demon form can surprise me. Chu-Hi secretly said in his heart. The strength of the bull devil form of Mingyan Bullhead is the key to his survival today. The flame erupted from the body of Mingyan Bullhead, swallowing him all. How is this going? Everyone, be careful. This human magic card is a bit weird. When the strangers saw the flames erupting from the body of Mingyan Niu's head, they were all vigilant. Boom. The flame is getting stronger and stronger. Mingyan Niatu stood up from the ground. The height of Mingyan Niu Tao's body continued to grow at this time. But for a moment, the body height of Mingyan Niu's head increased to 8 meters. And Mingyan Niatu's body began to change. From the human form to the animal form gradually. Mingyan Niatu completely turned into a bull. A bull who is more than 20 meters long, more than 20 meters tall, and burning flames all over. This is the bull devil form of Mingyan Bullhead. Chu-Hi looked at the huge bull with flames all over, and asked in surprise. Mingyan Arena. The dark flame bullhead that entered the bull devil form, roared low. From his body, a violent flame burst out, covering the magic card creatures of the strangers, as well as himself. It seems that I won this time. Chu-Hi looked at the strangers and laughed. Under the bullhead form, the dark flame bullhead has 4 new skills. Once this dark flame arena is opened, only one magic card creature can come out alive in the end. As long as the Mingyan fighting arena is turned on, even Mingyan Niatu can't take the initiative to leave. Ghost King Yasha, Blood Demon Ruksha, Shadow Horse Mian, and Yin Yang Judge are all empty now. Chu He looked at the alien magic card masters with a sneer on his face. Kill them. Chu He gave an order. These strange magic card masters can't escape at all. But for a while, all the alien magic card masters died. When the 853 killed these alien magic card masters, Chu He felt that the magic power in his body was continuously increasing. Soon, Chu He's card master level increased. Bronze 4 stars. Bronze 5 stars. Bronze 6 stars. All the way to the bronze 9 stars. There was a look of error on Chu He's face. What's going on? Chu He was in a different way. The level of a magic card master can only be improved by creating magic cards and slowly practicing. But now after he killed the alien magic card master, his magic card master level rose rapidly, which really made him a little unbelievable. Could it be that this is my gold finger as a traverser? Chu He surprised. Although Chu He didn't know exactly what was going on, but now that he knows that killing an alien carder can raise his carder level, which to him is like discovering a new world. As long as the level of the card master increases, he can create more powerful cards. Chu He's mood now can be described as particularly happy. But now there are still the discarded card creatures in the Dark Flame arena that have not been resolved. In the Mingyan arena, the magic card creatures of the strangers have not disappeared. When the card master dies, the card creature will not disappear, but it will lose control. Over time, magic card creatures will become bloodthirsty beasts. This is the origin of the desolate beast. In the Mingyan arena, the Mingyan bullhead, which has entered the form of the bull demon, deals with nearly 100 magic card creatures alone. Even if the number is overwhelmingly unfavorable, the Dark Flame bullhead in the bull demon form also has an enhanced version of the 3 skills Endless Battle, Crazy Blood, and Fighting. Moreover, the Netherflame bullhead that enters the bull devil form has a stronger defense. It is not so easy to kill him. Moreover, in the Mingyan arena, the attributes of the Mingyan bullhead can also be increased by 20%. The fighting power of Mingyan bullhead now is more powerful than the ordinary silver 9 stars. In front of him, the magic card creatures in the Dark Flame arena are all his prey. This is a unilateral massacre. The Dark Flame bullhead in the form of the bull demon constantly uses the horns to kill the magic card creatures one after another. In half an hour, the battle is over. Mingyan Niatu's star has been continuously upgraded to 7 silver stars. This speed of improvement is too fast. Of course, it is also very dangerous. If it weren't for the bull devil form of Mingyan bullhead, it would be powerful. If there is no underworld arena and the magic card creatures of the strangers will kill him, then it will be over. Life and death fighting is really the fastest way to improve your strength. Chu He secretly said in his heart. Now the battle is over. Chu He did not take the magic card creatures back. After all, there are wild beasts in this wilderness. If you encounter a desolate animal, it will be dangerous. Under the escort of the magic card creatures, until dawn, Chu He returned to the steel barrier smoothly. Seeing Chu He return, Lin Cheng was relieved, who was worried all night. If something really happens to you, kid, my conscience will be uneasy for the rest of my life. Lin Cheng smiled as he watched Chu He return safely. Good luck, get rid of those strange people. Chu He smiled. Chu He, I owe you a favor. If you need my help in the future, just say it. Lin Cheng said. For Lin Cheng, Chu He stayed alone to delay those strangers, giving him a chance to take Luo Liang to escape. Although it was for the sake of the mission, in his opinion, Chu He saved his life. By the way, Captain Xie Han asked you to meet him as soon as you come back. Lin Cheng said. Chu He nodded and walked to Ting Ting's room alone. In Xie Han's room, besides Xie Han, Luo Liang was also in the room. Luo Liang saw Chu He with a smile on his face, and said, "Little brother Chu He, thank you this time." Captain Luo Liang is polite. Chu He smiled. If it hadn't been this time to rescue Luo Liang, Chu He wouldn't know that he would be able to raise his level by killing the alien magic card master. Chu He, this time the mission is very successful. But you haven't joined the military department now, so you won't get any merit in your mission this time, but as long as you are willing to join the military department, the merits of this mission will allow you to get the rank of Captain Shaji. I don't know if you are interested. Xie Han asked Chu He with a smile. Chu He heard the words, considered it, and said, I have no plans to join the military for the time being. That's okay, if you want, you can contact me to join the military at any time. Xie Han smiled and told Chu He his phone number. Captain Luo Jing has been rescued now. The strangers of the Jiu Luo clan will inevitably retaliate again. But the reinforcements will be here this afternoon. Even if the aliens of the ancient Luo clan attack again, there will be no danger. Chu He, are you going to stay here, or leave? Xie Han asked. Hearing this, Chu He asked, if I want to enter the Devil's Lair in the future, can I? Of course, you can enter the Devil's Lair at any time in the future. It was not Xie Han who said this, but Luo Liang. This time you saved me, this kindness is unreturnable. I can guarantee that as long as you want to enter the Devil's Lair in the future, you can come anytime. But it's only limited to me guarding this Devil's Cave, Luo Liang said with a smile. Hearing Luo Liang's words, Chu He nodded, then thank you Captain Luo. Since this is the case, then I plan to leave the Devil's Lair now. After all, you can enter the Devil's Cave at any time in the future, and Chu He is not in a hurry at this time. After staying in this steel barrier for a few days, he estimated that the girl Chu Yun should be very worried about him. Get out of here first, you can come in any time later anyway. That's it, I'll have someone send you off. Luo Liang laughed. Captain Luo, let me send him. Since you're back, I'll leave the matter here to you. It's time for me to return to the military too, Xie Han said with a smile. Captain Xie, thanks to you this time, otherwise, once this steel barrier falls, the consequences will be unimaginable. At that time, I will become a sinner of mankind, Luo Liang said gratefully. It's all for the country, don't be so polite. Xie Han waved his hand and said indifferently. Then Chu He left with Xie Han. In addition to the two of them, Liang Yingying and Chao Wen are also going to leave together. As for the disappearance of Jindong and Chen Fangwen, Liang Yingying and Chao Wen were also very curious. However, Xie Han sent them to perform special tasks to prevaricate it. After the group left the magic cave, Xie Sai wanted to drive Chu He away. Chu He did not object to this. Chu He was sitting in the co-pilot, a little tired, just about to fall asleep for a while. Xie Han suddenly said, I know the relationship between you and my sister. Chu He heard the words and smiled. Xie Yuanyuan and I are just classmates. I know the character of that girl. Your sister calls her Yuanyuan sister-in-law. If she doesn't like you, she will never allow your sister to call her that, but she didn't refute your sister, it means she has a good impression of you, even like you. I don't ask for anything else, I just hope you don't let her down, otherwise I, the brother, will never let you go. Xie Han glanced at Chu He and sneered. Seeing Xie Han's smile, Chu He smiled helplessly. By the way, Captain Xie Sai, I heard Xie Yuanyuan talk about the relationship between the two of you, but she doesn't seem to want to talk about your affairs. Is there any conflict between you two? Chu He asked. This is not the military headquarters, nor is it a devil's den. I am a few years older than you. If you want, just call me thank you. As for the relationship between me and that girl, there is no contradiction. It's because of our father. You should have learned from that girl that she and I are half-brothers. This matter is a bit embarrassing to say, our father is a very strong magic card master. You know, women always like strong men. In addition to being strong, our father is also very good at pleasing women. I'm not afraid of your jokes, I didn't know that I had a sister like Xie Yuanyuan until I was 10 years old. That girl Xie Yuanyuan was only 5 years old at the time, she thought it was my mother who stole his father and made her lose her father, and I was not too mature at the time, and also thought that it was her mother who stole my father. We both felt that it was because of the other's mother's fault that we didn't have a father to accompany us, so the two of us never wanted to see each other. In addition, she and I are separated from each other and have hardly lived together, so the relationship between the two of us is not good. Although we are biological brothers and sisters, we are more like strangers in terms of relationship. Hearing Xie Han's explanation, Chu He didn't expect such a reason. No wonder Xie Yuanyuan didn't like to talk about Xie Han at that time. And having known Xie Yuanyuan for so long, he has never heard Xie Yuanyuan mention her father. It turns out that her father is a flowery radish, a big stallion. Brother Xie, is your father with your mother now? Chu He asked curiously. No, I haven't seen him for more than 10 years. He seems to have given birth to a son with a woman outside. Xie Han said with a wry smile. Hearing this, Chu He really felt that the fathers of Xie Han and Xie Yuanyuan were really awesome. But this also made Chu He curious about what kind of person their father was to be able to fascinate women so much. Xie Han and Chu He both stopped talking about this, but talked about other things. A few hours later, Xie Han sent Chu He back to Andong City. Brother Xie, aren't you going to meet Xie Yuanyuan? Chu He asked. If you don't go, it doesn't make sense to meet her. I said it before in the car. Although my relationship with her is brother and sister, there is almost no contact between the two. Going to see her is just to add trouble to her. Han said. Chu He did not say more. After getting off the bus and parting with his wife, Chu He took a taxi and arrived at the community where Xie Yuanyuan lived. Chu He intends to surprise them both. As a result, at the gate of the community, Chu He happened to see the two of them returning with large and small bags. Apparently, the two of them went shopping and looked happy. Elder brother. When Chu Yun saw Chu He, she had a surprised look on her face and quickly ran to Chu He. She wanted to pounce on Chu He, but found that she was holding something in her hands, and she froze in place for a while. Xiaoyun, it seems that you have had a good time these days. I've been away for a few days now, and you don't seem to be worried at all. It seems that you have your sister-in-law Yuanyuan, so you don't need a brother, right? Chu He smiled. No way. Chu Yun put the things in her hands on the ground and hugged Chu He's arm excitedly. Is everything resolved? Xie Yuanyuan walked over to Chu He and asked with a smile. It's all settled. Chu He nodded. Brother, you smell so bad, how long has it been since you took a bath? Chu Yun suddenly let go of Chu He, and said with a look of disgust. Chu He heard the words and laughed dryly. There is no water in the steel barriers of the Devil's Nest. Drinking water is brought in from the outside world, and there is no excess water for him to bathe. I haven't showered for a few days, and it's summer again, so my body is naturally stinky. I didn't notice it before, but now that Chu Yun said this, Chu He also smelled something wrong with him. Go to my house to wash first. Xie Yuanyuan smiled tenderly. Chu He was not hypocritical and went home with Xie Yuanyuan. It was the first time that Chu He came to Xie Yuanyuan's house. Xie Yuanyuan's home is very clean and full of girlish style. Go take a shower first, and I'll find you a set of clothes. Xie Yuanyuan laughed. Chu He nodded and went to the bathroom to rinse his body. Inside the steel barrier in the demon cave world, the sweat on his body was dry, and the smell was indeed quite strong. After washing for nearly half an hour and making sure that there was no odor on his body, Chu's mouth twitched when he saw the clothes that Xie Yuanyuan had placed at the door of the bathroom. Pink t-shirt, pink shorts. Does this want me to be a women's clothing boss? Chu He smiled wryly. After Chu He walked out of the bathroom wearing pink underwear, Chu Yun and Xie Yuanyuan both looked at him and laughed from ear to ear. Brother, you are so handsome in pink clothes and pants. Chu Yun covered her mouth and smiled. Girl, are you looking for a fight? Chu He said with a cold face. Seeing Chu He angry, Chu Yun's smile froze with fright. Chu He then chuckled lightly. Girl, do you know you are afraid? Brother, you actually lied to me. Chu Yun said with a snort. Chu He, I will wash your clothes for you. I will use a dryer to dry them for you in a while. You can just take them first. There are no boys' clothes in my house. Xie Yuanyuan said with a suffocated smile. Chu He nodded helplessly, walked over to the sofa and sat down. By the way, brother, where have you been these few days? Chu Yun ran to the sofa and sat down cross-legged, and asked curiously. I'm going to defend my family, do you believe it? Chu He asked with a smile. Sniff, forget it. Chu Yun curled her lips. By the way, Chu He, Teacher Lu said that if you come back, go to school as soon as possible. People from the Advanced Magic Card Master Academy want to see you. Xie Yuanyuan said. Well, I see, after a while my clothes are dry, I'll go to school. By the way, Speaking of school, why didn't you go to class today? Chu-hee curiously asked. The school is in the selection process. Because you are the champion, the principal cheekily went to find people from the Higher Magic Card Master Academy, and asked them to go to the school to watch our senior third-year students have a magic card battle. Because there are too many students, the principal announced that those who are willing to participate in the magic card war will go to school today, and those who do not want to participate will be on holiday. Anyway, I still have confidence in entering the Advanced Magic Card Master Academy, so I didn't participate in the magic card battle. Xiaoyun, this girl, was given a holiday because the school did not affect the magic card battle this time, and got a holiday. Xie Yuanyuan explained. Brother, to put it bluntly, principal is just using your reputation, cheeky, wanting the Higher Magic Card Master Academy, and accepting more people. Chu Yun said with a pouting mouth. Chu-hee smiled upon hearing this. He can also understand the principal's idea of using his reputation to recruit more people to the Higher Magic Card Master Academy. After all, the enrollment rate is extremely critical to the Magic Card Master Middle School. Even if only one more student enters the Higher Magic Card Teacher Academy, it is very important for the school. Regarding this matter, he didn't mind either. After all, it is not so easy to enter the Advanced Magic Card Master Academy. Even if the Higher Magic Card Teacher Academy considers his face and admits students from their school, the Higher Magic Card Teacher Academy has an assessment every year. Once the assessment fails, it is repetition. If they fail for 2 years, they will be expelled directly. Once expelled from the Higher Magic Card Master Academy, it would be even more embarrassing than not being admitted to the Higher Magic Card Master Academy. In half an hour, Chu-hee's clothes dries. Chu-hee changed his clothes and went out and went to school alone. After arriving at school, Chu-hee saw that on the playground, high school students were engaged in a magic card battle. The people from the Advanced Magic Card Master Academy watched the game in a temporary seat set up on the side. The principal also sat with them and smiled and introduced the situation of the students who were fighting. However, the people of the Higher Magic Card Master Academy are all helpless. Obviously they were very helpless for the principal's force to watch other students engage in magic card warfare. But there is no way. After all, the principal is enthusiastic and difficult, and they are too embarrassed to refuse. Chu-hee, are you back? When someone saw Chu-hee, he was surprised. Chu-hee smiled and nodded. Chu-hee is back. It's Chu-hee, our champion is back. Chu-hee, you are amazing. Congratulations on your winning the Provincial Youth Magic Card Division Championship. The enthusiasm of the students was even higher than Chu-hee expected. In a short while, Chu-hee was surrounded by people. Congratulations to Chu-hee, everyone. After all, Chu-hee is now a dragon. A dragon from Ndongsheng Makashi Middle School. As Chu-hee's classmates and alumni, they also feel more familiar. Classmates, let me. Lu Wei walked quickly from a distance and shouted loudly. The crowd dispersed. Lu Wei walked up to Chu-hee and said with a smile, Chu-hee, people from the Advanced Magic Card Master Academy have been waiting for you for a long time. You finally came back. Come on, let me introduce you. These are all famous teachers of the Advanced Magic Card Master Academy. They have already said that you don't need to pass the exam to enter the academy directly. Lu Wei is in a good mood now. After all, he has cultivated the champion of the province's Youth Magic Card Division contest. Although Chu-hee won the championship because the other 3 top 4 players abstained, no matter what, Chu-hee won the Provincial Youth Magic Card Division Championship. Lu Wei's current reputation has also risen because of Chu-hee. In the past few days, many parents of students who are about to enter high school contact him, hoping to enter his class. After all, after Chu-hee and the others graduate, Lu Wei will be the head teacher of the first year of high school again. Seeing Lu Wei's enthusiasm, Chu-hee couldn't refuse, and only followed him to meet the teachers of the Higher Magic Master Academy. After Lu Wei introduced Chu-hee one by one, Lu Wei whispered in Chu-hee's ear, Chu-hee, I suggest you enter Jutian Academy. Jutian Academy is our country's 3rd-ranked Higher Magic Card Master Academy. Because the 1st and 2nd-ranked Advanced Magic Card Master Academy are both military academies and do not recruit ordinary people, entering the Jutian Academy is the most helpful for you. Chu-hee heard the words and smiled. Mr. Lu, thank you for your suggestion. Chu He also knew he was kind to Lu Wei for letting him enter the Judian Academy. After all, people go to higher places, and water flows to lower places. But Chu He has no interest in entering Judian Academy. After all, he had also known various advanced magic card master schools before. The faculty of this Judian Academy is indeed very strong, and it will also provide students with a lot of precious materials. But after entering the Judian Academy, you need to receive a year-round closed education. Even the summer and winter vacations are only a few days away. And after entering the Judian Academy, you still need to sign a contract. The content of this contract is that the magic card master who enters the university must return to the university every year to give a class to the students within 10 years after graduation. It's also a good tradition for the graduated seniors to help the younger brothers and sisters who are new to the school. If it was Chu He, he wouldn't mind this kind of thing either. But on that contract, there is another thing, that is, the students after graduation must enter the Judian Group to work for 1 year. Judian Group is the investment group behind Judian Academy. Judian Group belongs to the top 5 groups in China, and it is the dream of many people to work in Judian Group. Even graduates of Judian Academy are very willing to work in Judian Group for 1 year. The content of the work is related to the magic card. But Chu He has no interest in it. Because Chu He already knows that killing the alien magician can improve his magician level. The fully closed 9-day school was simply not suitable for him. Moreover, after graduating, he has to work in the Judian Group for a year, which is even more unsuitable for him. In comparison, Chu He is more interested in Tianwu Academy. Among the representatives of the major high-level magic card master academies who came today, the Tianwu Academy was considered the worst. But I also want to be right, it can also be ranked in the top 20 in the country. The educational philosophy of Tianwu Academy is more in line with Chu He's requirements. Students don't have to go to class every day, and the school encourages students to engage in piety card battles. As long as the school can pass the assessment every semester, even if you don't have to go to class, it will not be a problem. Moreover, according to the assessment results of each semester, the university will also issue different awards. Materials and money can be freely chosen by students. After Chu He had the answer in his heart, he said directly, I plan to enter the Tianwu Academy. Hearing Chu He's words, the representatives of various universities present were stunned. Even the representatives of Tianwu Academy were stunned. In his opinion, this time to invite Chu He into their school is just a passing scene. Compared with other schools, there is a big gap between their school and other schools. But Chu He actually chose their school. After a short period of days, he said excitedly, Student Chu He, you are welcome to join our Tianwu Academy. Others looked regretful. Lu Wei was even more puzzled. He didn't understand why Chu He would choose the worst one among the high magic card master academies present. Although Tianwu Academy, many people want to work hard, but it is difficult to be admitted. But with Chu He's abilities, shouldn't it be better? But Chu He has made a choice, and he is not easy to speak. After all, if he opened his mouth, it would not only make Chu He dissatisfied, but also offend the representative of Tianwu Academy. Chu He, before the new semester starts, if you change your mind, you can contact me at any time. The representative of Judian Academy looked at Chu He and said kindly. Representatives of other higher magic card master academies also expressed their opinions. After all, Chu He is a person with great potential. They all want to fight for Chu He. Even though Chu He has already made his intentions, there are still 2 or 3 months before the start of the new semester. In such a long time, anything can happen. Except for the representatives of Tianwu Academy who stayed, everyone else left. And this time, the magic card battle that the principal asked the high school students to carry out this time, there is no need to continue. The headmaster felt a little sorry. But he also knew he had little effect. After all, even the second seed of their school, Du Mu, was not favored by the representatives of these high-level card master academies, so how could they care about other students? Student Chu He, my name is Lu Mu, I'm a teacher at Tianwu Academy, and I'm also in charge of this year's enrollment. This is my business card. If you need anything, classmate Chu He, just call me, you're welcome. The representative of Tianwu Academy took out his business card and smiled at Chu He. Seeing Chu He accepting the business card with a smile, Lu Emu's smile was even bigger. Student Chu He, you don't need to take the college entrance examination anymore. I wonder if you are interested in visiting Tianwu Academy first? Lu Mu asked. Visit? I'm really curious about Tianwu Academy. It's better to visit it. Chu He laughed. Of course, to be precise, Chu He was very interested in the material library in Tianwu Academy. He has now reached the bronze 9 stars, relying on the terrorist master talent, he can create magic cards with 1 gold star. And he doesn't have much money on hand now. Although the principal promised him 1 million before, it has already hit his card. But money is a thing, after all, the more the better. And Chu He wants to buy some gold level materials to create magic cards. The magic cards created in this way will have stronger combat power. But the gold level materials can easily cost millions, and the slightly better ones are tens of millions. With the money he has now, he can only buy 2 materials at most, which is far from enough to create a magic card. Therefore, the material library of Tianwu Academy has become Chu He's goal. He believed that with his ability, Tianwu Academy should not have higher materials. Student Chu He, I will let someone book a ticket now, and we will go to Tianwu Academy tomorrow. When the time comes, I will also go through your admission procedures, what do you think? Lu Mu asked with a smile. No problem. Chu He nodded. That's it, Lu Mu secretly said in his heart, feeling extremely happy. This time, Chu He was successfully admitted to the school, although all this was Chu He's own choice and had nothing to do with him. But being able to get Chu He into the school was also a major contribution. After returning to school, his promotion is estimated to be stable. Chu He has now selected a higher Magic Card Master Academy, and he did not continue to stay in the school, and left with Lu Mu. Before the two parted, Lu Mu told him that tomorrow morning, someone would be sent to pick up Chu He. Then Chu He went to Xie Yuanyuan's house, and Chu originally planned to take Chu Yun back. But he thought that he was going to Tianwu Academy again, so it would be better to leave Chu Yun at Xie Yuanyuan's house. Anyway, Chu Yun is also willing to live with Xie Yuanyuan. And Xie Yuanyuan also likes Chu Yun very much. Just let the two girls be together, it's fine. In the evening, Chu He also stayed at Xie Yuanyuan's house. Chu He has slept in a daze for less than 2 hours since last night. After dinner, Chu He went back to his room and fell asleep. Silent all night. The next morning, Lu Mu called Chu He. After Chu He informed the other party of the location, he told Chu Yun and Xie Yuanyuan that he was going to Tianwu Academy. As for Chu He going to Tianwu Academy, Chu Yun wanted to follow. But this time I went to Tianwu Academy because of Lu Mu's invitation. Moreover, he is not yet a student of Tianwu Academy, and it is not a big deal to bring Chu Yun. Therefore, Chu He decisively rejected Chu Yun, and said that when he came back, he would bring her a gift, so as to appease the girl. Before leaving, Chu He asked Xie Yuanyuan again, and asked her to help take care of Chu Yun, and he was relieved to leave with the person Lu Mu sent to pick him up. Tianwu Academy, located in Tianwu City. Tianwu Academy has been established for more than 200 years. The school's strong teachers and peculiar educational concepts have created many powerful magic card masters. Nowadays, there are students who graduated from Tianwu Academy on the lists of heaven, earth, and people. 10 o'clock in the morning. Chu He and Lu Mu flew to Tianwu City. Under the leadership of Lu Mu, Chu He entered the Tianwu Academy. When seeing the buildings inside Tianwu Academy, Chu He felt a little emotional. This Tianwu Academy is really too big. There are a total of 10 teaching buildings alone. In addition to the teaching building, there are also several residential buildings for teachers and students, and even a villa area. And what makes Chu He most concerned about is the fact that there is a tall tower in the campus. This tall tower is the tallest building in the entire campus. Chu He, our Tianwu Academy, although compared with the institutions behind the admissions representatives yesterday, there is indeed a big gap. But the environment of our university is definitely not to lose. Furthermore, our college will definitely not disagree with you for a genius student like you. As long as you go through the admission procedures, you can get 100 credits. Lu Mu smiled. Credits. Chu He withdrew his thoughts when he heard Lu Mu's words, and asked curiously. Everything in our college is traded with credits. For the simplest example, the university has invited a certain magic card master to give a lecture. If you want to attend a class, you need credits. If you are interested in a certain material, you also need to redeem credits. If you want to ask the teacher a question, according to the difficulty of the question, you also need to consume credits. In short, everything in Tianwu Academy needs credits. In our university, a small assessment will be conducted every month. After passing the assessment, you can get different points according to the difficulty of the assessment. At the end of each semester, a large-scale assessment will be conducted. If the assessment is passed, it will enter the next semester. If the assessment fails, then repeat the grade. If you want to perform the assessment again, you must pay credits. Hearing what Lu Mu said, Chu He curiously said, Mr. Lu Mu, if you follow your statement, the students will basically not have enough points. You need credits to attend lectures, and you need credits to purchase materials, and you need credits even for makeup exams. The way to get credits is to pass small assessments. There are too few sources of credits, right? Lu Mu smiled and said, Student Chu He, you are wrong, it's actually very easy to get credits. In our school, there is a challenge called Tongtian Tower. Tongtian, the challenge of the tower simulates the magic card space. Tongtian Tower has a total of 999 floors. You can get credits for each successful challenge. And the higher the level of challenge, the more credits you get. And every month, there will be a settlement, and credits will be issued to the top 100 students with the highest number of towers. Tongtian Tower Challenge. Could it be that the Tongtian Pagoda you mentioned, Mr. Lu Mu, is that tall tower? Chu He was very interested in hearing the words. Yes, that's the tall tower. That tall tower has 99 floors, and some space folding techniques are used in it. After entering, it is much larger than the outside space. Lu Mu explained. Teacher Lu Mu, you just said that the Tongtian Tower Challenge, is it a magic card battle? Chu asked Hidao. Yes, the Tongtian Tower Challenge is a magic card battle. Furthermore, just like the rank battle in the magic card space, the Tongtian Tower Challenge will limit the challenger's magic card strength. The difficulty of each floor of the Tongtian Tower is also increasing sequentially. Among the students in the school, the highest number of floors challenge the Tongtian Tower is 168. Upon hearing Lu Mu's words, Chu He became more curious about the challenge of the Tongtian Tower. Student Chu He, go to the academic affairs office with me first, and I will complete the admission procedures for you first. At that time, you can try to challenge the Tongtian Tower. Lu Mu smiled. Chu He nodded. He has already decided to enter Tianwu Academy, so it doesn't matter if you go through the enrollment formalities and enroll in advance. He didn't plan to change his mind halfway. And for that Tongtian Pagoda, Chu He is really curious. Chu He followed Lu Mu to the academic affairs office. When the people from the academic affairs office learned that Chu He was here to complete the enrollment procedures, they gave Chu He a curious look. Lu Mu did not explain to the other party either. The admission procedures were completed quickly, and Lu Mu gave Chu He his student ID. This student ID is a magnetic card with a 1-inch photo of Chu He on it. This student ID is equivalent to the all-in-one card in our university. Credits are all recorded in the student ID card. By the way, Chu He, there is something I have to tell you. The university does not allow students to buy and sell credits. If you need money, you can contact me. Once you find out that students are buying or selling credits, you will be demerited. Lu Mu exhorted. Understood. Chu He smiled. I'll take you to the Tongtian Tower now. Lu Mu didn't say much, he believed Chu He knew it in his heart. Chu He followed Lu Mu and went outside the tower. There is an electronic screen nearby. It shows the names of the top 10 challengers and the number of layers. Chu He, if you are ready, you can go in and start the challenge. Lu Mu smiled. Chu He heard the words, licked his lips, and walked into the Tongtian Pagoda. When he walked into the Tongtian Tower, he felt a flower in front of him. Then appeared in a very spacious tower. The area inside the tower looks larger than the outside world. Is this space folding technology? It's really magical, Chu He secretly said in his heart. Chu He, welcome your challenge. Your current challenge level is 1 level, do you start to challenge? There was a mechanical sound in Chu He's ear. And in front of him, illusory words appeared. This is really the same as magic card space. Tianwu school, it's really not easy. Chu He secretly said in his heart. Perform, challenge, Chu He said loudly. The challenge begins, the current challenge layer, 1 layer. Currently, floor challenge, using magic card 1-to-1 mechanism, the challenger's magic card strength will be limited to silver 1 star. The first level, challenge opponents, plant tank magic card, silver 2-star giant overlord flower. With the prompt sound, in front of Chu He, a huge overlord flower appeared. There are a lot of tentacles waving at the root of this overlord flower. It's kind of interesting. Chu He's eyes glowed and said in surprise. The huge overlord flower in front of me was extremely real, and it didn't seem to be a fiction at all. Chu He also took out evil and impermanence and realized it. The challenge begins. With the sound of the Tongtian Pagoda's prompt, Chu He ordered the evil and evil impermanence to attack. In Chu He's view, with the power of evil and impermanence, it should be a one-shot thing to kill this huge overlord flower. But the result is a bit different from what Chu He imagined. This huge overlord flower sprayed a strong green mist after the evil and impermanence approached. These green mists made the evil and impermanent body instantly lost. Chu He frowned slightly when he saw evil and impermanence attack indiscriminately in the green mist. It seems that the challenge of the Tongtian Tower really cannot be underestimated. The green mist released by the huge overlord flower should have a deceptive effect, making the evil and impermanence fall into a state of confusion. Chu He secretly said in his heart. At this time, the tentacles on the roots of the giant overlord flowers entangled the evil and impermanence and then continued to shrink. The evil and impermanence awakened from the state of confusion. With a low growl, he easily fought for the tentacles on his body, and then took the sickle and smashed the huge overlord flower with a single knife. Congratulations, pass the first level challenge of the Tongtian Tower and get 10 credits. Chu He heard the prompt sound in his ear, and a smile appeared at the corner of his mouth. Chu He saw a blue vortex door appear in front of him. This makes Chu He feel magical. Who created this Tongtian Tower? Chu He secretly asked in his heart. The blue portal in front of me is a bit similar to the portal into the world of the magic cave. Even this kind of thing can be created. Chu He really admires it. Chu He enters the blue vortex gate. He felt weightlessness for a while, and he appeared on the second layer. On the second floor of the Tongtian Tower, there is a huge stone monument. Names are densely engraved on this stele. Chu He walked to the stele curiously and took a look. It was discovered that the name engraved on the stele was actually the name of the passer. There are the names of the fastest passer and the first passer. Of course, this list, in Chu He's view, is only valid for the fastest passer. After all, the initial passer can only mean that the other party will challenge in advance. After all, this is only the second floor of Tongtian Tower. Chu He immediately began to carry out the second level of challenge. With the power of evil and impermanence, it can pass easily. For the next 7 floors, Chu He also passed smoothly. Until the 10th floor. The 10th level of challenge, the magic card creature is a 6-star silver magic card of the Flame Magician, Flame Element. This flame element, the body is made of pure flame. When the evil black impermanence fought with the opponent, it still took a lot of effort to kill the opponent. Because the body of this flame element is immune to most physical attacks. Fortunately, the evil sickle is a combination of physical and elemental attacks that can kill the opponent. It took 1 minute to pass the 10th floor. At this time, Chu He's name also appeared on the stone tablet. Congratulations, breaking the record for the fastest clearance on this level, and earning double the credits. When Chu He heard the prompt sound, his face was surprised. Breaking the record for the fastest clearance on each floor, can the credits be doubled? Chu He murmured. He suddenly felt that he had lost 100 million. Before the 2nd to the 8th floor, he didn't care too much about the fastest customs clearance. As a result, I didn't expect to break the record for the fastest customs clearance, and the credits obtained could be doubled. Then, Chu He won't be polite anymore. Chu He takes back the evil and impermanence, and realizes the Ghost King Yasha. In terms of combat effectiveness alone, the combat effectiveness of the Ghost King Yasha and the evil black impermanence can be regarded as half a caddy. But the skill intensity of Ghost King Yasha is higher. In order to break the record for the fastest clearance on each level, Chuhee naturally needs to use a stronger magic card. Chuhee entered the blue vortex gate and entered the 11th floor. The challenge continues. 20 successive floors. Chuhee all broke the customs clearance record. Each level gets 1 more credit. From the 10 credits on the first floor to the current 40 credits on the 30th floor, plus breaking the record for the fastest customs clearance, the credits have doubled. Chuhee's current credits have reached thousands of points. Babel Tower, the 31st floor challenge. The challenging magic card creatures have changed from 1 to 2. And these 2 magic card creatures, 1 assistant and 1 warrior. But in front of the Ghost King Yasha, he was easily killed. From the 31st floor to the 60th floor. Relying on the Ghost King Yaksha, Chuhee once again broke all customs clearance records. It was simply too easy. 60th floor. The magic card creatures in the battle have changed from 2 to 3. The difficulty has increased a lot. Chuhee looked at the fastest record on the level stone tablet. It's 6 minutes. Chuhee thought about it for a while, took back the Ghost King Yasha, and embodied the Ghost Flame Bull's head. After all, Ghost King Yasha's current combat power is only 1 silver star. The 3 magic card creatures challenged by the Babel Tower are all 5-star silver. Although the star gap is not that big, it is better to use Mignon Bull to challenge. With 4 passive skills, Mignon Niatu can easily pass even if his combat power is suppressed to 1 silver star. And the situation is the same as Chuhee expected. With the strength of Mignon Niatu, it took less than 3 minutes to kill 3 magic card creatures, successfully refreshed the customs clearance record, and doubled the customs clearance record time. Next, the challenge continues. And outside the tower, Lu Qian Lihao Mu is waiting for Chuhee to come out. Now that Chuhee has entered the Babel Tower for almost 2 hours, the result has not come out yet, which makes him a little curious about how many floors Chuhee has broken into. Although the Provincial Youth Magic Card Master Competition, he did not watch the game. But after he heard about Chuhee, he got the video of the game about Chuhee. According to his estimation, Chuhee challenged the tower, and it was already the limit if he could reach the 50th floor. Although in the game, Chuhee's magic card creatures are also weak and strong. But the difference is that in the game, the magic card creatures used by Chuhee's opponents, although the star rating is high, but the combat power is very general, and the skill strength is not very high. But the magic card creatures in each level of the Tower of Babel are carefully designed. The cooperation between the magic card creatures, as well as the complementarity of abilities, are all counted in it. Even for some students who have been in school for 1 or 2 years, it is not so easy to challenge to reach the 50th floor. Because of this, he believed that the limit Chuhee challenged was 50 floors. And now that so long had passed, he decided that Chuhee should also come out. But he waited for another hour and a half. Chuhee still didn't come out. Quote, "It seems that I underestimated Chuhee's ability. According to this time period, he should have challenged to the 60th floor. After the 60th floor, there are 3 magic card creatures. 1 on 3, I don't know how many floors he can reach." Lu Mu secretly thought. But at this moment, a huge broadcast suddenly came out from the Babel Tower. Congratulations to student Chuhee, who successfully passed the 100-story Babel Tower challenge. The huge broadcast played 3 floors in a row. Many teachers and students from the school rushed to the outside of the tower. At this time, on the electronic screen outside the Babel Tower, a picture of Chuhee's challenge appeared. For challenges with more than 100 floors, the content of the challenge will be played on the electronic screen, allowing outsiders to watch the battle. Chuhee actually cleared the 100th floor. How can this be? Lu Mu wondered if there was something wrong with his ears. But now Chuhee's challenge screen appeared on the electronic screen. This is a privilege that only challengers with more than 100 floors have. This means that Chuhee really challenged to more than 100 layers. How long did it take Chuhee to enter the Babel? In less than 4 hours, the challenge started from the 1st floor and went all the way to the 100th floor. Is it possible? Lu Mu suddenly thought of a possibility. He immediately took out his mobile phone and went to the school's website to check the customs clearance time of the Babel. When I saw that he started from the 10th floor, and the holder of the fastest customs clearance record was actually Chuhee, I was completely dumbfounded. Who is this Chu-hee? Didn't hear. He is a senior student, and he actually became a member of the 100 Layers Club. This is too amazing. More and more teachers and students gathered outside the Babel Tower to watch Chu-hee's challenge. Now Chu-hee is going on a 101 level challenge. In this level of challenge, Chu-hee's opponents are 3 silver 8-star magic card creatures. The fastest clearance time on this floor was 9 minutes and 36 seconds. On the electronic screen, there is also the timing of the Chu-hee challenge. When Chu-hee passed the challenge in 3 minutes plus 1 second, the teachers and students watching the game were in an uproar. This guy named Chu-hee is too scary. The fastest clearance record on the 101st floor was 9 minutes and 36 seconds. He actually cut the clearance time by a third. Who can break his record in the future? His magic card creature is also very simple. Faced with the siege of 3 magic card creatures, it is terrifying to completely resist the attack, and the counterattack is so powerful. Students, who do you know how old this Chu-hee is, and have never heard of him? I've never heard of such a fierce man suddenly appearing. Everyone, go to the school's website and see the customs clearance time after the 10th floor of the Tongtian Tower. This guy named Chu-hee actually refreshed all the customs clearance records after the 10th floor. After someone logged on to the school's website with a mobile phone, they were surprised when they found that Chu-hee refreshed the record after the 10th floor of the Tongtian Tower. For a time, all the students, including some teachers, took out their mobile phones to log into the university's website to check the customs clearance time of the Babel. When they saw that starting from the 7th floor, the name of the fastest clearance record was Chu-hee, everyone was shocked. This Chu-hee is too fierce, really fierce. What fierce man, this Chu-hee is obviously a fairy. If it weren't for a fairy, how could it be possible to achieve this level? Fantastic, this fairy operation actually refreshed the customs clearance time after the 10th floor. He is afraid that he is the trump card cultivated by our school. He is going to participate in the national high-level magic card game soon, right? I want this Chu-hee information now, who knows, I'll buy it with 50 credits. I also want this Chu-hee information, I will buy it with 100 credits. Students, all went crazy because Chu-hee refreshed the customs clearance record. At this time, in a classroom of the school, a smart and well-behaved girl with a ponytail was sitting on a chair, holding a pen in her hand, looking at a material sheet. She was alone in this classroom, and she was wearing a white nightgown. She looked at the material table, and her face showed a thoughtful look from time to time. Sayu, why are you still sitting here? There is a fierce man in our school who is now challenging the Babel Tower, won't you go and see? Outside the classroom, a long-haired girl ran into the classroom and looked at the ponytail girl in surprise. Huo Sayu raised his head, glanced at the long-haired girl, and said with his pen in his mouth, is it just that the Tower of Babel has challenged to the 100th floor? What's so strange about this? There are hundreds of people in the whole school who have reached the 100th floor of the Tongtian Tower. Rather than having time to watch other people's challenges, I might as well study the material collocation. If it is successful, I might be able to create a powerful magic card this time. After Huo Sayu finished speaking, he continued to study the material table in his hand. Sayu, the one named Chu-hee is really a fierce man. The clearance record for the 101st floor is yours. You took 9 minutes and 36 seconds, but he actually cleared the level in 3 minutes and 11 seconds. The long-haired girl continued. Hearing this, Huo Sayu looked at each other in surprise, and the pen in his mouth fell to the ground. Are you kidding? Huo Sayu said differently. She wondered if she had heard it wrong. She created the customs clearance record on the 101st floor of the Babel Tower. She knew very well how difficult it was to deal with the 3 magic card creatures on the 100th floor. The 3 magic card creatures on the 101st floor not only complement each other's occupations, but also complement each other's abilities. She challenged many times to pass, and then refreshed the customs clearance record. In her opinion, her customs clearance record is the limit. No matter how powerful someone is, they are at most dozens of seconds faster than her. And now her honey told her that a man named Chu-hee not only broke her customs clearance record, but also shortened the customs clearance record time to 1/3. Isn't this a joke? In 3 minutes, use the 1-star silver magic card creature to kill 3 silver 8-star magic card creatures, is this possible? Sayu, I'm not joking with you. That Chu-hee is still challenging. If you don't believe it, come and see it with me," said the long-haired girl. Huo Sayu didn't say more. She got up from the chair, ran out of the classroom wearing slippers, then ran downstairs towards the Babel Tower. When she arrived at the Babel Tower, she saw hundreds of people gathered beside the electronic screen. She walked over and saw the information displayed on the electronic screen, with a stunned look on her face. 108th floor. How fast does he clear customs? Huo Sayu was surprised. Huo Sayu took out his mobile phone, logged into the school's website, and entered the Babel Tower interface. When she saw that the fastest clearance record on the 10th floor of the Tower of Babel was Chu-hee's name, her face showed a look of astonishment. She flipped the page and turned the page to 100 layers later. She saw that Chu-hee's customs clearance time was more than 3 minutes, and she had an unbelievable look on her face. The challenge difficulty of the Babel Tower is increasing layer by layer. The higher you go, the higher the difficulty. And its own magic card creatures will also be suppressed by stars. And the magic card creatures to be challenged will be improved in strength, and the number will be more. One trade-off and one trade-off, and the clearance time of each level should take longer. Just like the challenge of the 107th floor, she is also the holder of the fastest clearance record. It took her 12 minutes to pass the 107th floor. And now, Chu-hee successfully cleared the level in just over 3 minutes, which made her wonder if there was a problem with the timer. Otherwise, how could this happen? She looked at the electronic screen. When the timer on the upper right of the electronic screen reaches 3 minutes, 10 seconds later, she saw that Chu-hee's envoy's Mignon Bullhead suddenly became extremely ferocious. From passive defense at the beginning, to active attack. The 3 magic card creatures on the 108th floor were killed one after another. It took more than 3 minutes to clear the customs again. Huo Sayu was dumbfounded. Seeing this scene with her own eyes, it really shocked her. Next, she witnessed Chu-hee's clearance time and time again. Clearing each level takes more than 3 minutes, never more than 4 minutes at a time. In this way, she watched Chu-hee go from the 108th floor to the 120th floor with her own eyes. On the 120th floor, there are 3 silver 9-star magic card creatures. Moreover, these 3 silver 9-star magic card creatures are all puppet warriors IF magic card granite puppets. When Huo Sayu cleared this level, it took a full 26 minutes. The defenses of these 3 granite golems are extremely powerful. They are immune to 50% of elemental damage, and they can also be immune to 50% of physical damage. In order to pass this layer, she racked her brains to create a magic card with continuous damage ability, and she was able to pass. Although the clearance record on this floor was not created by her, the clearance time was also 24 minutes. She looked at the electronic screen. At this level, this Chu-hee's magic card creature can't pass through in 3 minutes, right? She thought to herself. But the result is still the same. Exactly the same as before. She saw that the Mignon Bullhead first defended the attack of the 3 granite golems. 3 minutes later, a counterattack suddenly launched, and the attack was extremely powerful. The 3 granite puppets were chopped into pieces by the Mignon Bullhead in less than 30 seconds. Could this Chu-hee's magic card creature have a special restriction skill? After 3 minutes, can the attack become stronger? She said in her heart. But this kind of limiting skill, she had never heard of it. Next, the 121st floor. 121 level challenge opponent, from 3 magic card creatures to 4 magic card creatures. Although the magic card creature's star has been reduced to 5 silver stars. But 1 on 3 and 1 on 4 are completely different concepts. Huo Sayu looked at the electronic screen. This time, Chu-hee's Mignon Bull Tao still successfully passed the level in more than 3 minutes. Golem. Huo Sayu swallowed. She is now full of curiosity about Chu-hee's envoy's magic card creature. She is also looking forward to how many levels Chu-hee can reach. Time passed and night fell. Chu-hee has reached the 150th floor. At this time, next to the electronic screen near the Babel Tower, nearly 70% of the students in the school had gathered. Except for those who can't walk away, and those who are not at school. Almost all the students came. After all, Chu-hee is such a fierce person from the school. No matter how many floors, the clearance time is kept within 4 minutes, which is definitely a big news. Everyone wanted to see how Chu-hee got through. When Chu-hee successfully cleared the 150th floor, everyone will think that Chu-hee will continue to read the 150th floor. But at this moment, Chu-hee chose to leave and walked out from the door of the Babel Tower. Chu-hee was stunned. As soon as Chu-hee walked out of the Tongtian Tower, he saw a large number of teachers and students gathered nearby, all looking at him with a look of horror. He was a little dazed. "Mr. Lu Mu, what happened?" Chu-hee looked at Lu Mu and asked in confusion. When Lu Mu heard Chu-hee's words, he came back to his senses and said with a smile, "Chu-hee, you shouldn't ask me, you should ask yourself." "Ask myself? Did I do something weird?" Chu-hee wondered. The challenges after the 100th floor of the Babel Tower will be displayed on this electronic screen. Lu Mu said to Chu-hee, pointing to the electronic screen beside him. Hearing this, Chu-hee understood. It turned out to be the movement caused by his challenge to the Babel Tower. But is it necessary to be so exaggerated? When Chu-hee saw the people nearby, they all looked at him with a ghostly expression. He felt a little sick all over. "Chu-hee, why don't you challenge?" A good-looking girl looked at Chu-hee and asked softly. "You want me to continue the challenge?" Chu-hee asked rhetorically. "That's right, classmate Chu-hee, we want to see you continue to break records," someone said immediately. Chu-hee heard the words and smiled. "Even if you want me to break the record, you have to let me have a meal. I have been challenged since the morning, and until now, I am not ironclad." "How could it be possible?" "Chu-hee, I have a freshly made bento here. It's still hot. I'll give it to you. When you're done, go ahead and challenge." A girl ran to Chu-hee with a bento and urged. Chu-hee looked at the other party's urgent expression with a strange expression. Obviously he is challenging. Why these people seem to be more anxious than him? "Everyone let's go." A squeak sounded. Chu Sa-hee, a girl with a ponytail wearing a white sleepy, slippers, and no trace of makeup on her face, walking towards him. The girl was not tall, probably about the same as Chu Yun, only about 1.6 meters. But when the other party was walking, the aura was very strong, and when the students nearby saw her, they all moved away. "I'm Huo Sayu." Chu-hee couldn't help laughing when he saw the other party walking in front of him, raised his head and looked at the way he was talking. "I'm Chu-hee." Chu-hee laughed. "I know you are Chu-hee. You are now famous all at once. I want to talk to you, do you have time?" Huo Sayu asked. "Can I eat before we talk?" Chu-hee asked with a smile. "Of course I can, this meal is my treat. I'll pay for it today, please have a good meal," Huo Sayu said. It's gone, what are you all doing here?" Huo Sayu looked at the students gathered around and shouted coquettishly. When Chu-hee saw the students gathered around, they really broke up because of the other party's words. He gave the other party a definition in his heart. "Schoolgirl bully. Really found a treasure." Lu Mu was so excited now. As the admissions representative of Tianwu Academy, to invite Chu-hee to Andong City Magic Card Master Middle School was just a passing game in his opinion. He believed that compared with other higher Magic Card Master schools, Chu-hee would definitely not choose their Tianwu Academy. As a result, Chu-hee really chose their school. While Chu-hee tried to challenge the Babel Tower, he believed that Chu-hee's limit was 50 or 60 floors. As a result, Chu-hee took a breath and smelled the 150th floor from the first floor of the Babel Tower. This has never happened in Tianwu Academy since its establishment. Lu Mu knew that this time he was promoted, he must have become more stable. But what worries him now is that Huo Sayu is actually eyeing Chu-hee. When he saw Chu-hee and Huo Sayu leave, there was some distress between his brows. This Huo Sayu is a problem student of Tianwu Academy, and he is also a very problematic kind of problem student. I hope Jian Sayu doesn't scare Chu-hee away. If Chu-hee is run away by the other party and chooses to transfer schools, it would be a tragedy. Lu Mu thought to himself. The cafeteria of Tianwu Academy. When Chu-hee followed Huo Sayu to the cafeteria. Originally, someone saw Chu-hee and wanted to have a relationship with Chu-hee. But after seeing Huo Sayu beside Chu-hee, they left in a hurry like a mouse seeing a cat. Some students even took the dishes in the cafeteria and ran to eat outside the cafeteria. Seeing the exaggerated actions of other students, Chu-hee was a little confused. What is this all about? Huo Sayu, who looks like the little sister next door next to him, is so terrifying. Even if the other party is really the schoolgirl bully, you don't need to hide when you see the other party, right? Chu-hee, you're welcome, I'll treat you tonight. You can order whatever you want. Huo Sayu handed Chu-hee a menu on the table and smiled sweetly. Chu-hee glanced suspiciously at the other party and took the menu. The dish is on the menu, not with credits, but with money. And the price is not expensive. In Chu-hee's view, the price is cheaper than the restaurants outside, quite affordable. Chu-hee is also very hungry now, so he ordered 4 dishes in one go, and the total was less than 200 yuan. Chu-hee and Huo Sayu found a place to sit down. After a while, the dishes were ready. Chu-hee, you're welcome, eat whatever you want. If it's not enough, let's order more. Huo Sayu gave Chu-hee a chopstick and said with a smile. Thank you. Chu-hee laughed. Chu-hee didn't quite know what medicine the other party was selling in the gourd. After all, as the saying goes, if you are diligent in doing nothing, you are either a traitor or a thief. Although it is a bit inappropriate to say this, Huo Sayu met him for the first time today, and he was too enthusiastic for him, which made him feel that something was wrong. Moreover, when others saw Huo Sayu, they reacted like mice to cats, which made Chu-hee even more strange. But still, Chu-hee is very hungry now. He was not polite either. At the dinner table, Chu-hee swept through the clouds, ate the food cleanly, and then burped comfortably. Have you eaten yet? Huo Sayu looked at Chu-hee and asked with a smile. Eat well. Chu-hee laughed. Since it's ready, let's start. Huo Sayu said with a smile. Start what? Chu-hee was stunned. Start studying your magic card. Huo Sayu said. Research my magic card. What do you mean? Chu-hee wondered. Your challenge at Tongtian Tower, I watched it. Your envoy's magic card creature is very strong, so I want to do some research. Huo Sayu smiled. How is the research method? Chu-hee wondered. It's very simple. My magic card fights with your magic card, so as to analyze your magic card limit. Huo Sayu said. Magic card battle. No, it's not a magic card battle. I am very interested in where your magic card limits are. So, I will use a magic card with a higher star rating than your magic card, and have an unfair battle with you, to test out where your magic card limit is. Huo Sayu explained with a smile. Upon hearing this, Chu-hee's expression was a little weird. You mean, use high star magic cards to fight against my Mignon Bullhead? Chu-hee asked with a smile. Is your magic card called Mignon Niatu? This name is really appropriate. But your understanding is correct, that's what I meant. Don't you want your Mignon Bullhead to be stronger? After testing out where the limit of your Dark Flame Bull's head is, then use Magic Card Fusion to optimize its shortcomings to make your Dark Flame Bull's head stronger. Isn't that good? Huo Sayu asked with a smile. Use Magic Card Fusion to optimize the short board. Chu-hee was a little surprised when he heard the other party's words. Magic Card Fusion is indeed a technology that exists for the purpose of fusing 2 magic cards with their own shortcomings into a more powerful magic card. But Chu-hee, his predecessor, tried Magic Card Fusion, but failed. But now that Huo Sayu said this, it made Chu-hee even more curious. If it is really possible to make Mignon Niu's head merge with another magic card to make it stronger, it will naturally be good for him. I want to ask, have you ever performed Magic Card Fusion? Chu-hee curiously asked. It's done. Huo Sayu nodded. Then what's the result? The result is not very optimistic. Although successful several times, it seems that the fusion magic card is somewhat inconsistent, causing the fused magic card to be weaker than the original one. Hearing Huo Sayu's answer, Chu-hee's mouth twitched. He now understands why other students met the cat with the mouse when they saw Huo Sayu. It turned out that the other party actually regarded him as a guinea pig. Sorry, if you want to use my Dark Flame Bullhead to conduct your magic card fusion research, then I won't agree. Chu-hee decisively refused. But Chu-hee, haven't you heard a word? Huo Sayu asked rhetorically. What are you talking about? Eating people with short mouths and soft hands. You have eaten the guests I paid for. Shouldn't you cooperate with my research? Huo Sayu smiled. Chu-hee said nothing, ready to check out and leave. I have already checked out. Huo Sayu said with a smile. Okay, I will pay you back the money. From now on, we have nothing to do. Chu-hee said indifferently. He would not accompany the other party to do any research. Chu-hee is still very satisfied with the strength of Ming-Yan Niu's head. Although the magic card fusion fails, you can recreate the Netherflame Bullhead magic card. But the strength of the newly created Netherfire Bullhead magic card is only 2 silver stars. After finally lifting Ming-Yan Niu from silver to 7 stars, Chu-hee won't cause trouble for himself. Don't, Chu-hee, just treat me as I beg you, okay? Let me study your magic card. Huo Saiyu pleaded, seeing Chu-hee's attitude so firm. If you say no, you can't. Chu-hee decisively refused. Well, as long as you agree, I'll be your girlfriend. I'm so beautiful, you won't suffer as a girlfriend, right? Huo Saiyu glanced at the ponytail and looked at Chu-hee with a charming expression. Chu-hee, crazy girl. Chu-hee really felt that Huo Saiyu was a crazy girl. Perhaps, the other party is not the school queen, but a crazy girl who loves magic card research. The reason why others are afraid of her is because they are afraid of being treated as a guinea pig by her, so they stay away. This time, Chu-hee guessed right. Huo Saiyu is indeed the crazy girl of Tianwu School. Also a problem student. Huo Saiyu's talent is outstanding, no doubt. When she was 15 years old, she was admitted to Tianwu Academy. Although he is a junior this year, he is only 17 years old. And her strength is already a magic card master of silver 9 stars. She created a lot of magic cards, and helped others create a lot of magic cards. But she is not satisfied with creating magic cards. She believes that magic cards created always have limitations. No matter how strong a magic card is, there will be weaknesses. Only by merging the magic cards and making up for the shortcomings of the magic cards, can a perfect magic card be created. After that, she began to try the magic card fusion that only gold-level magic card masters could perform. She initially just used her magic card for fusion. But if the magic card fails to fuse, the waste card will collapse. In the end, because the fusion failed, there was only one strongest magic card left in her magic card group, which was used to cope with the school's assessment. The other magic cards were used by her for fusion, but they all collapsed. After that, she looked for other students and used other students' magic cards for fusion. Because of her genius, many people believed in her, cooperated with her research, and performed magic card fusion according to the advice she gave. There are successes and there are failures. Not to mention failure. Magic cards that can be successfully fused will actually become weaker. Over time, the students began to stay away from Huo Saiyu. In order not to become Huo Saiyu's guinea pig, he dared not approach her. After all, no one wants to make their magic card creatures become Huo Saiyu's experiments. 0. Tay, it's money. I pay you back now. Chu-hee took out his wallet, took out a few red banknotes, put them on the table, and turned to leave. It's not that he is indifferent, it's just that he doesn't want to cooperate with the other party in the research of magic card fusion. If you really want to perform magic card fusion, Chu-hee will come by himself, and will not borrow the hands of others. Wait a minute, don't you really want your magic card creature to become stronger? Huo Saiyu shouted tenderly. Yes, but I don't want my magic card creature to be your experiment either. Chu-hee turned his head and looked at Huo Saiyu and said. After Chu-hee finished speaking, he left the cafeteria. Outside the cafeteria, Chu-hee saw Lu Mu. Mr. Lu Mu, are you waiting for me? Chu-hee looked at Lu Mu and asked curiously. Chu-hee, you didn't agree with her magic card fusion research? Lu Mu asked with concern. No, that's good. Lu Mu breathed a sigh of relief. Chu-hee, Huo Saiyu is actually a very good girl, but because of one thing, she has become what she is now. Lu Mu and Chu-hee walked forward side by side and said. Huh, Chu-hee looked at Lu Mu curiously. Her father is a soldier guarding the wilderness. But a year and a half ago, his father died in a wild animal attack. Since then, she has changed. She always thinks she is too weak and wants to be stronger. Perhaps she wanted to avenge her father, so she started to study magic card fusion. Magic card fusion, even a platinum-level magic card master, is difficult to master completely. In order to perform magic card fusion, she exchanged all her credits for materials to create magic cards, and then merged them, but they all failed. Later, In order to continue her research, she will find other students and use the magic cards of other students to conduct research. Although her magic card fusion has been successful, but the successfully fused magic card is not even as good as the original magic card, but the number of fusion failures is greater. Over time, the students have kept her away. Although it is undeniable that she is a genius, she is a paranoid genius. Lu Mu said with some regret. Upon hearing Lu Mu's words, Chuhi couldn't help but think of his predecessor. His predecessor was like Huo Saiyu, and he was also a very paranoid person. In order to prove yourself, perform magic card fusion, and then die. Okay, Chuhi, you will try to keep as little as possible with Huo Saiyu in the future. Lu Mu said. Chuhi nodded slightly. By the way, regarding your dormitory, I have already applied for it with the school. With your ability, you can live in the school's villa area. Let's go, I'll take you to see your dormitory. Lu Mu smiled. Chuhi followed Lu Mu and arrived at the villa area. Looking at the small villas, Chuhi was deeply moved. Even places like schools have such different treatment. But this is also normal. After all, no matter which higher school of magic card master uses, it uses various methods to motivate students. Tianwu Academy encourages students to fight each other. The dormitory in this villa area is just one of them. If you want to live in a villa dormitory, you have to work hard, which can be regarded as an incentive in disguise. Lu Mu gave Chuhi the key to the villa and left. Chuhi opened the door of the villa and walked in. The decoration inside the villa is luxurious. Let Chuhi feel that Tianwu Academy is really rich. After Chuhi turned the villa around, Zhao was on the bed in the bedroom with a smile on his mouth. Tomorrow, I will go to the material library of the university. With my current credits, I should be able to redeem a lot of gold-level materials. Chuhi secretly said in his heart. He hasn't forgotten his purpose. Coming to Tianwu Academy is to exchange materials. No words for a night. The next morning, Chuhi woke up, finished washing and went out. As a result, the house next door opened as soon as I left. When Chu saw the people walking out of the villa next door to the river, he was a little surprised. The other party turned out to be Huo Saiyu. Huo Saiyu is his neighbor. Chuhi, early, how about it, are you interested in conducting research with me today? Huo Saiyu put on a dress with light makeup on his face, wearing high heels, and his hair was not tied into a ponytail but scattered on his shoulders. Huo Saiyu today is as beautiful as a princess. Compared with the image of the girl next door yesterday, she is totally different. Huo Saiyu saw that Chuhi didn't speak, and smiled. It doesn't matter, I will ask you tomorrow. After speaking, Huo Saiyu turned and left. Huo Saiyu is actually my neighbor, is this a coincidence? Chuhi watched Huo Saiyu leave, and shook his head with a wry smile. With a sigh, Chuhi didn't think about it anymore, just as little as possible in contact with the other party. Chuhi also left the villa area and found the material library through the road signs erected inside the school. Immediately after Chuhi entered the material library, a girl with long hair wearing glasses and a dull-looking girl ran up to Chuhi. Chuhi, hello, I am your fan. The long-haired girl looked at Chuhi and said in surprise. Hello. Chuhi smiled and nodded. Chuhi, how old are you? Have a girlfriend? What kind of girl do you like? The long-haired girl looked at Chuhi and asked expectantly. When Chuhi heard the words, his expression was a little awkward. Are the girls now so direct? Seeing Chuhi's expression, the long-haired girl smiled embarrassedly. Sorry, I was in a hurry. I watched you challenge the Tongtian Tower yesterday. I adore you so much. By the way, my name is Lu Yinger. You can call me Ir. You are here to exchange materials, right? I happen to be working here part-time, I can help you choose whatever material you want. Facing Lu Bur's enthusiasm, Chuhi was a little bit dumbfounded. He never thought that he had fans. This Lu Yinger is like a fanatic. I want to redeem some ghost and monster material, do you have any recommendations? Chuhi asked. The material of the ghost system. There are a lot of material libraries, let me check it for you. Lu Xuan'er ran to the query device aside, and asked Chuhi to check the 853, and said, Chuhi, come and take a look. These are all the ghost-type materials in the material library. Chu walked to the river interrogator. Lu Xuan'er found all the ghosts and monsters in the material library. Chu-hee looked through it and found that there are not many ghosts and monsters. Lu Xuaner, what is this golden level material enchanting corpse? Chu-hee asked curiously. Yunmo is a monster of the ghost family that looks like a female human. Its strength is gold. Yunmo's corpse can give birth to a wild beast called Zemo. Lu Xuaner explained. Upon hearing Lu Xuaner's words, 4 words popped up in Chu-hee's mind. 9 sons and ghost mother. There are different versions of the story in the legend of the previous life. The first version is one of the 20 heavens of Buddhism, called the deity of Guizi. The second version is a scary ghost that can give birth to 9 little ghosts from its own body, specializing in eating young children. In Chu-hee's view, this corpse of the enchanting demon, if matched with some other materials, it might be able to create the 9 demon card. Moreover, the number of credits required for the exchange of this enchanting corpse is not much, only more than 300 credits, which is completely trivial to Chu-hee. After that, Chu-hee began to look for materials that could fit into the creation of the 9-child demon card. Since it is the mother of 9 sons and ghosts, that ability must give birth to sun ghosts. And the strength of the born devils can't be too weak. The corpse of the enchanting demon itself has the ability to give birth to the sub-devil, so the ability to give birth to the sub-ghost is considered to be possessed, but it is necessary to strengthen the strength of the sub-ghosts born by the 9-child ghost mother, and other materials are needed. Chu-hee took a look at the ghost materials on the query device, and finally selected the ghost stone, which is also a gold grade. The effect of this ghost stone can make the discarded card creatures have the ability to virtualize, so that the created magic card can be immune to some physical attacks. For ghosts, immunity to physical attacks is naturally a must. After that, Chu-hee chose several materials in succession. A total of about 2,000 credits were consumed and 6 materials were purchased. Chu-hee intends to use these 6 materials to create the 9-child demon card. Clearing the 150-story Tongtian Tower, plus breaking the customs record, will get double credits. Chu-hee has more than 20,000 credits now. 2,000 credits are not considered to him. Wealth is rich, which is to describe a person like him. Lu Xuan admired Chu-hee even more when she saw Chu-hee had to exchange more than 2,000 credits of materials at a time. She looks at Chu-hee now, the eyes are all different. Chu-hee chose to ignore Lu Xuaner's gaze, and when the exchanged materials were received, he left the material library and returned to the villa. Chu-hee enters the private magic card space and is ready to create. This time, Chu-hee intends to create a silver 9-star magic card, and then under the talent of the Master of Horror, the magic card is automatically promoted to gold 1 star. But the magic card to be created this time is the 9-child ghost mother, and Chu-hee has limited knowledge of the 9-child ghost mother. Whether it is the image of the 9 children and the ghost mother, or its background, Chu-hee doesn't know much about it. Then only rely on his imagination to carry out some fierce magical reforms. 9 children and ghost mothers do not necessarily need to look like pregnant women. The 9 sub-ghosts can exist like guards, or they can be like summoned objects summoned by magic card creatures. Chu-hee thought about it for a long time, and he had the idea of creating a 9-child ghost mother in his mind. Chu-hee began to create the image of the 9-child ghost mother. Wearing a black robe, eyes like ink, long hair shawl, cold face, a translucent blue soul ribbon around the body, a skull staff in his right hand, 9 black balls around the body, 9 grimacious faces can be seen vaguely in the black ball. Seeing the constructed image of the 9-child ghost mother, Chu-hee is quite satisfied. The next step is to build the background story. Building a backstory is extremely important. Must fit the image. However, Jojigimu has nothing to do with the underworld. Forcibly blending stories related to the underworld in the background story of the 9 Zigimu will inevitably lead to a tiger and an anti-dog. After thinking about it again and again, Chu-hee decided to construct another backstory. Chu-hee thought for a while, planning to use Liao Jai as the background. However, the background of Liao Jai has to be changed. After pondering for a long time, Chu-hee has a direction. At the beginning of the birth of the underworld, ghosts and monsters raged, demons infested, and a strange book named Laojai recorded that there was a terrifying ghost named Juzi Gimu. The ghost, like a beautiful woman, glamorous and charming, holding a skeleton staff, feeding on flesh and soul. The ghost has 9 sub-ghosts as its subordinates, and the 9 sub-ghosts work together, brutal and terrifying, and ravaging the world. I met 9 sons of ghost mothers, can only watch their flesh and blood being bitten by ghosts, souls are drawn, reincarnation is an extravagant hope. Even more, the scary thing is that the 9 ghosts owned by the 9 sons of the ghost mother will be resurrected even if they die. As long as the 9 sons of the ghost mother are still alive, the sun ghosts will be immortal. 9 sons and ghost mother, the incarnation of evil, the tragic death of the victim. Chu-hee took a look at the constructed background story, pondered it a bit, and felt that the background story was similar. Change the Liao Jai demon to a different book, and the Juzi Gimu is a ghost in the different book. In the future, if there is a chance to create magic cards such as Black Mountain Old Monsters and Painted Skin Ghosts, Chu-hee can also use this background to create. Next, it's time to put the material. Gold level Enchanted Corpse. Gold level Ghost Stone. Gold grade Dark Spirit Stone. Gold Skeleton Scepter. Gold grade Regenerated Soul Stone. Gold level Ghost Robe. The 6 gold level materials were just to create a magic card with 9 silver stars, which seemed like a failure. But in fact, Chu-hee did this to increase the strength of the magic card skills he created. Because there are magic card creation restrictions, only magic cards that are within one big rank higher than the magic card master can be created. Magic cards created by high star materials are naturally stronger than magic cards created by low star materials. And Chu-hee has the talent of Master of Horror. As long as he can create a magic card with 9 silver stars, it can be upgraded to a gold 1 star. In a sense, Chu-hee is also creating a golden magic card. Chu-hee put 6 materials on the magic card creation altar, and then submitted it. Chu-hee's heart is also a little nervous. This time, the image demon change, the background demon change, and the prototype story of the 9 sons and ghost mothers are a bit too big. Whether he can succeed or not, he has no bottom in his heart. Chu-hee waited quietly. 1 minute, 2 minutes. The reminder of the magic card space still did not sound. 3 minutes, 4 minutes. The prompt sound of magic card space finally sounded. Successful review. Chu-hee let out a long sigh of relief, with joy on his face. Seeing the colorful vortex on the magic card altar gradually turn black, Chu-hee became expectant. Will the 9-child demon card created this time be as successful as he expected? As the black vortex turns faster and faster, 9 ghosts and ghosts with more terrifying appearance appeared from the black vortex. 9 ghosts and phantoms kept wailing in terror. As the 9 ghosts became more and more solid, a phantom of a skull staff appeared. With the eerie black light from the skull staff, the 9 ghosts turned into 9 black balls. 9 black balls surround the skull staff. A cold gloomy laughter sounded. A phantom of a black-robed woman appeared. The woman phantom held the skull staff, and 9 black balls slowly circled her body. The black vortex turns faster and faster. The phantom of the woman became more and more real. But when the phantom of the woman was about to become real, it suddenly disappeared. The rotating speed of the black vortex slowly subsided, and finally came to a complete stop. Created a silver 9-star magic card 9 Sons and Ghost Mother Incarnation of Evil. Terror Master talent takes effect. 9 Sons of Ghost Mother Incarnation of Evil upgrade to 1 gold star. Create a golden 1-star magic card and gain 10,000 points of experience. The card master level is raised to 1 silver star. When the magic card space prompts sounded one after another, a look of surprise appeared on Chu-hee's face. The magic card was created successfully, and his magic card master level was raised to 1 silver star. This is a real surprise. Chu-hee didn't expect to create a magic card with 1 gold star, but he actually has 10,000 experience points, which is really cool. In the black vortex, a slender woman with a bewitching and glamorous face walked out. She is holding a skull staff in her right hand, wearing a black robe, surrounded by translucent blue ribbons around her body, and 9 black balls revolving around her body. 9 Sons and Ghosts, I have seen the creator. The mother of 9 Sons and Ghosts walked in front of Chu-hee, with a bright smile on her face and a gentle voice. Chu-hee is very satisfied with the appearance of the 9 Sons and Ghosts. Next, is the most important. Will the skill strength of the 9 Sons and Ghosts be as strong as he expected? Chu-hee immediately checked the information of the 9 Sons and Ghost Mother. Magic card name, 9 Sons and Ghost Mother, Incarnation of Evil. Star, Gold 1 star. Race, Goblin. Type, Summoning Magician. Skills, Skill 1, 9 Ghost Servant, Skill 2, Ghost Enhancement, Dark Soul Enhancement, Skill 3, Ghost Ribbon, Skill 4, Evil Ghost Rebirth. Passive, Child and Mother Ghost. When the 9 Ghost Servant deals damage to the target attacked by the 9 Son Ghost Mother, the damage will ignore the defense. Limited skills, Incarnation of Evil. After all the slaves of the 9 ghosts die, the mother of 9 ghosts will remove her disguise and enter the form of evil. Bound skills, Child and Mother Ghosts and Gods. When the 9 Ghost Servants exist, the 9 Ghost Mothers' attack power increases by 10%. Each time a 9 Ghost Servant dies, the attack power increases by 10%, and when all the 9 Ghost Servants die, the attack power increases by 100%. 9 Sons Ghost Mothers' skills are really strong, Chu-hee said in surprise. In Chu-hee's view, the 4 skills of the 9 Sons and Ghosts are the perfect summoning magician. Servant of 9 Ghosts. The mother of 9 ghosts can summon 9 ghosts to fight, and the Ghost Enhancement and Dark Soul can transform the ghost into a ghost state and a dark soul. The ghost in the ghost state, the attack becomes elemental damage, and the physical damage is reduced. The sub-ghost in the dark soul state, the attack becomes physical damage, and the element damage received is reduced. Ghost Ribbon is a skill that allows 9 Sons and Ghosts to control the blue translucent soul ribbon around the body to attack the enemy. In addition to attacking, it can also bind the enemy. It is a skill that integrates attack and control. The skill of Ghost Rebirth is able to revive the dead slaves of the 9 ghosts. After each use, there is a 5-minute cooling time. The passive, limiting skills and bond skills of the 9 Sons and Ghosts are also very strong. Passive, allowing the 9 Ghost Servant to deal damage that ignores defense to the attacking target of the 9 Sons and Ghosts. The restriction skills and fetter skills, in Chu-hee's view, are the most terrifying. Kid and Mother Ghosts and Gods. Every time a 9 Ghost Servant dies, the attack strength of the 9 Son Ghost Mother will increase. All the 9 Ghost Servants died, and the 9 Ghost Mothers' attack strength increased by 100%. Moreover, after all the 9 Ghost Servants die, the limited skill Incarnation of Evil will be triggered. The 9 Sons and Ghosts who entered the form of evil, the attack strength increased by 100%. It is definitely a nightmare for the enemy. Chu-hee is very satisfied with the attributes of the 9 Sons and Ghost Mother. 2,000 credits, no waste. Chu-hee turned the 9 Sons and Ghost Mothers into magic cards and took them back. After leaving the private magic card space, he entered the public-wide card space. With the new magic card of 9 Sons and Ghost Mother, Chu-hee naturally intends to try the strength. Chu-hee started the magic card rank battle and chose the 1v1 mode. After a while, Chu-hee was ranked as his opponent. With Chu-hee's agreement, he entered the magic card battle space. This time Chu-hee's opponent is called Earth Tyrant. The opponent has fought 698 rank battles, with 653 victories and a high number of victories. But Chu-hee is not bad either. With the magic card space star balance, Chu-hee and Earth Tyrant have each summoned magic card creatures. I hope everyone will support it and subscribe more.